We love hip hop.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Big salute to everybody's popping up in the chat right now. Make sure to share this live out. Make sure to smash that like button. We are live Tuesday night, August 18th, 2026. It's your boy Friday, Ricky Dread. Big salute to everybody who's popping up on the YouTube. Big salute to all my kickers who were there with me for the last half an hour. We were having a nice mix or a nice listening session to the Casper TNG album. Big salute to everybody who's over here on my phone, on Instagram. Salute. We are live right now. If you want to get into the conversation and get more interactive with us, pop up right now, youtube.com/welovehiphop network, or you can pop up on our kick.com/welovehiphop. I got a lot of topics I got to get into, starting with, before I get into like important topics, I'm going to address one old washed up angry rapper. You know what I mean? The Toronto's mad rapper. We'll call him that. Toronto's mad rapper. All right. I'm going to address him real quick before we get into important topics. I'm also going to address the Casper TNG album from what I heard and some of the disses that I was been seeing floating around the internet. We'll get into that as well. Big salute to Solo YS. I'm going to cover his vlog. That's definitely doing that. Also, you see the thumbnail. I have a gentleman on the thumbnail. We're going to get into the whole Hells Angels article that dropped in the Toronto Star and everything that's going on around it. Yo, big salute to Park Baby. Hit me up, BTS. We'll get something going on over here on these streams, or we'll do a proper stream. You see it. Also, we're going to get into the Smiley interview. I'm going to react to that. It is finally dropped. Salute to GTV. We're going to get into that as well. Teens killing each other over nothing. As far as our civic duties, we got to get into our civic duties. It gets kind of dark over here, okay? There's been 5 shootings in Rexdale in the last, I think, 48 hours, so we'll definitely get into that. Maybe RIP to the Zanzibar, a huge fire for the people who are local. If you know, the Zanzibar has been an institution in downtown, a landmark, let's say. Okay, so there's been a fire there. We definitely got to get into that. I got a piece that I want to also get into about how Reddit controls AI. Hold on. Okay, all right, and it's Tuesday right now. A few days ago, I reported on the bail reform and the changes that are going to be happening with bail and cash bail and all that type stuff. Well, guess what? It's Tuesday. It was supposed to happen on Monday. So now we're going to discuss more in depth what's going on with that. All right. If you have any other topics, spam the chat. Let me know what you want me to talk about. Salute to everybody here on my Instagram. Once again, we are live. Kick.com/welovehiphop, or you can pop up on the YouTube, youtube.com/welovehiphop network. Let's fucking go. What's going on, chat? What's going on? Share this out. Let's get this started. Let's get this to about at least 50. I don't want to waste no rants over here. Okay. And if that weird mad rapper niggas in the chat, pay attention. Get your popcorn ready. Don't get anything that's too liquidy or has too much texture in it, because I don't want you to be like puking by the end of what I gotta say, brother. All right, okay. Pay attention. Big salute to Shiesty's Bud popping up in the chat. Big salute to DJ 456. Big salute to QJ 23. All my kickers over there. Young Shadow, Plot to You. Who else is over there on Kick? Shyest Bud. Yo, Shyest Bud, thank you for the memberships, gifted memberships you gave the other day, yo. That is goated from you right there. Big salute. Thank you. Big salute to Old John Crow 416 over here on the YouTube chat. Big salute to Breeze Media TV. Jason West or Jay Weston 416. Spelly J, actually Spelly _J. Brian Russell, what up? Who else is in here? Worldwide Spotlight. Wagwan, brethren. Wagwan. Okay. And there's this guy in here. Okay. You know what? I'll let you stay. I ain't gonna say nothing wrong to you, okay, brother? All right. Do me a favor. Smash that like button. You might be one of the dislikers, but smash that like button. It's important to me. All right. Big salute to two piece no biscuit. All right, give you the 2-piece minus the biscuit, nigga. The fork. All right, all right. Big salute to DJ Zara on the beat right here. All right. Let me turn this down. Let me turn this down. All right. PPK Sasoli. I don't know how to pronounce that right there, but salute to you. Okay. Let me show y'all a couple of things here quickly before we get into what we need to get into. All right. Actually, not my list. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Sorry, gang. My house is a little loud right now. Okay, go over to our clips channel. Let me show y'all the clips channel over here. We Love Hip Hop Clips. If you guys want to see any short form content from these live streams, anything from the full episodes, make sure to go to our clips channel. We Love Hip Hop Clips. You'll be able to get all of the short form content. I pretty much clip up everything from the podcast episodes. All right, even like the pre-topics, all that shit, all goes on the We Love Hip Hop Clips channel. So please, please, please subscribe. Run up the likes over there. Put on your notifications. Also, last thing. Salute to our Kick. All right, go follow us on Kick. We Love Hip Hop over here on Kick. Become a kicker. All right, we got a nice 431 followers right now. We got a few subs. All right, feel free. If you get a sub, it helps you to circumvent having to watch any of the advertisings. So, yeah, and the subs are definitely appreciated. Everything goes back towards the network. I ain't gonna lie. I reinvest to try to get us to the promised land, as they say. I want to show you guys something. I'll give you guys a little BTS, or not BTS, a little preview early. Don't do that, plot to you. I'm not going to call them names. I'm just going to tell the truth. And I'm going to enjoy it. Toronto Teen Killers. It's out now, or not out now. It's on the member section. Okay. I'll show you guys a little bit of what. Nonetheless, he still remained relatively unknown in the Toronto rap scene. I'll show you guys a little bit of what's going on over here. Who should I do? Pause. Mega pause. Let's do a little part of this here. All right, I think I'm gonna drop this not Thursday, because that's a pod day, not tomorrow. Thank you, Spelly J, for the membership. Let me put you up on the screen here, show you some motherfucking respect. I think I'm gonna drop this on Saturday. Okay. So look out for this on Saturday, Toronto Teen Killers. Times, they said she made sure everyone was okay before thinking about herself. Shopping every Thursday had become part of her weekly routine. That morning, she visited several stores before stopping at a commercial plaza near Parkway Forest Drive and Shepherd Avenue East. It would be the last place she would ever visit. Around 9:37 in the morning, police received a frantic call about a stabbing. Witnesses reported seeing a male wearing a balaclava fleeing the scene. Officers arrived to find Shanaz suffering from multiple stab wounds. 7 in the morning. Despite life-saving efforts, she died in hospital. Investigators quickly determined that the attack appeared random. Police later alleged that the teenager attempted to rob Pistanji while she was loading groceries into her vehicle.
Homicide. Police have conducted an extensive and urgent search. We've been canvassing door to door, using K9 units and drones, as well as reviewing surveillance footage in the area, as well as from transit through the TTC. As a result of that work and the help of our community and policing partners, especially the TTC, also officers from 33 Division and throughout the city of Toronto, we've identified the suspect as a 14-year-old boy.
The robbery turned deadly. Authorities found no evidence that the victim and the suspect knew each other. Normally, Canadian law protects the identity of the young offender. The Youth Criminal Justice Act prohibits publishing the name of children charged with crimes, but this case was different. Police believe that the suspect remained at large and possessed an ongoing threat to public safety. The judge granted investigators permission to publicly release both his name. That's me on the sound design there too, with all the judge gavels and the sirens and all that sound design and photograph. The suspect was identified as 14-year-old. aka KNR. The decision alone made national headlines because courts rarely authorized lifting a youth publication ban before the arrest. As the public searched for information on KNR, another story resurfaced. Months earlier, a 13-year-old boy by the name of was reported missing in Toronto. His disappearance had been shared by Toronto police. Community organizations and activists included him in the Find Ontario Missing Boys campaign, a grassroots effort calling attention to the disproportionate number of Black boys reported missing in Ontario. The campaign argued that these disappearances often received less public attention and urged authorities and the public to help locate the missing youth. Eventually, some of the boys highlighted in the campaign were reported found. Many observers later concluded that the missing youth was the same name later accused. All those beeps that I have to put in there, even though I said the name in the narration, I made sure to put the beeps on purpose just to emphasize that you can't say the names of certain of these youths that have been picked up in the and arrested or even convicted, because this youth got convicted. All right, I can't say his name. It's a publication ban. All right, redacted in the homicide. Let me go forward a little bit. All right, watch this.
Well, a $25,000 reward is now being offered in the deadly shooting of a Pickering casino security guard in 2023. The reward is for information leading to the arrest of 20-year-old Tyjae Noseworthy Smith, who was 17 at the time of the murder. So Durham police have received judicial authorization to share his name and image in hopes of solving the shooting death of 34-year-old Michael Ferdinand. So police say Noseworthy Smith also goes by the nickname Baby 2 and has a very active presence on social media. This footage is from a YouTube video uploaded just over 2 months ago.
The use of his rap name was due to several music videos and social media posts that Baby 2 was making while he was on the run. He dropped solo tracks like Advance and Full Court Press, and the track Husky featuring The Crook. And a collaboration with the late 32 Times again, before 32 Times' gruesome murder in Surrey, BC, where he was shot several times before his house was set on fire on January 12, 2026. Low-key, I thought the cops stopped looking for him after 2 years of music videos and social media posts. However, in July of 2026, Baby 2's run was over when police found him in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
An arrest has been made in the fatal shooting of a security guard at a Pickering casino resort. 34-year-old Michael Ferdinand was killed on the night of October the 9th, 2023.
We're multitasking.
Durham
We're multi-streaming everywhere tonight.
Can't be named because they were 17 years old at the time of the shooting, was arrested outside of Ontario.
Now, I'll reiterate, this is an open case and Baby 2 is innocent until proven guilty. We'll definitely keep you updated as this case unfolds. I want to give a quick minute to give a shout out to Exotic Hot Pots,
I'm gonna leave this ad right
Canada's
now.
loudest brand. From high-grade strains to authentic grabber and all the rolling essentials, Exotic Hot Pots is about elevating your smoking session in true 5-star fashion. If you want delivery, make sure to hit them up on their Instagram page, Exotic Hot Pot, and let them know that the We Love Hip Hop crew sent you. Big salute to the sponsors. Cheer! Put it in the air! The last story is also an open case with another rapper who is connected to the Toronto rap scene, but represents All right, so dropping on Saturday, Toronto Teen Killers on this channel right here, the We Love Hip Hop Network channel. All right, 7 years max is the worst case. No, 10 years. That's what they mostly can do is 10 years. All right, after 10 years, like the first story that I didn't play here was another redacted name who had stabbed an 83-year-old lady in Pickering. And he already been sentenced. We covered this on the podcast, actually. He got sentenced to 10 years, with 5 of it being a suspended sentence. So he has to do 6 inside, and then the other 4 he gets to do on road. And he's already done like 2 during like pretrial sentencing and or during all of that time in custody, I mean. All right, so hey, 10-year max for these young gentlemen, well, young individuals who are catching bodies. Like it's a dark, twisted world out here, you know. But salute to everybody who's popping up on multiple platforms. I think we can get into what we need to get into. How am I gonna do this in the most honest and respectful way? Well, actually, I don't have to be respectful, but the most honest way I can do this. Okay. So let's start from the beginning. I did a list. The Toronto top 5 West End rappers of all time. All right. Let's pull up said list and we'll get into this full lore before we get into actual news about important people who are actually doing things in 2026. Okay. So on this list, he said, do the Hell's Angel story first. I have a lot for that. I did a lot of research behind the scenes, so that's going to be a big story. I probably skip a couple of stories before I get to that, so I can get to that. But okay, so I did the top 5 West End rappers of all time, no particular order. As you can see here, you got Drake. And again, in no particular order, I got Drake here at number 1. I got Nav at number 2. I got Robin Banks at number 3. And I got Press at number 4 and Top 5 at number 5. No pun intended. Now, when that list went out, people started to catch feelings immediately. Not into the way where I'm thinking, okay, like it's that serious, like list feelings. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a lot of times people catch feelings when these lists go out. These lists are not for everybody to agree with, obviously. All right. But then it started to get out of control. Big salute to, I'll start with Sunny Visuals over here. It says, not having Frankie Payne on here is wild, or any West End artist from that era for that matter. You know what? Good question. Is this based on popularity or skills? It's not based on skills. I've never made a list based on skills. And this is part of the problem with when the audience jumps in and they start even giving their opinions. They give their opinions on who their favorite rappers are. I've done a list on favorite rappers before that looked completely different than all of the other lists that I've ever made, because some of my favorite rappers don't crack 50,000 views. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not my opinion on who's my favorite rapper, who's the best lyricist and all that. To me, that shit is subjective. So when I make these lists and then people have their opinions towards it, I expect it to be, okay, I don't agree with this. Why don't you have that person? Why? But when people misconstrue like what I just explained there, it not being about lyricism or any of that stuff, and they misconstrue it to the point where they get disrespectful about a man's opinion, then we get to this dark place. You feel what I'm saying? Where I'm losing losing friends who I've been friends with probably like over 20 years because of a motherfucking rap list and I'm not even talking about Frankie Payne. He said nothing. He gave the clown emoji, disrespectful, but that was all he said and left it there. You know what I'm saying? So enter the chat, and maybe I can find some of these. The Mad Rapper, the Animal. He's been reminiscing. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Remember these times before Friday started talking crazy? You asked him about this. Do you guys, you know what? Let's do this first. One in the chat, because I have a very diverse audience here in the demographic, okay? We got people who are older heads. We got younger heads in the audience. We got multiple people, right? One in the chat if you all know who the fuck this nigga is in the first place. And it's fine. And 2 in the chat if this is going to be the first time you're actually hearing of this individual. It's fine if multiple ones pop up. I want multiple ones to pop up because I want more people to know him than not. But while I'm introducing this topic, I don't want to be just running off at the mouth and y'all are like, who the fuck are you even talking about, brother? Right? Okay, good. We got 2 ones so far. Right? And listen, the more ones that pop in the chat, the better he'll feel about his failed fucking career. So please. Oh no, there's 2s. That didn't go well. Anybody else? Just let me know before I continue. All right? Jane Nicole, who? Huh? Carol's the first time I've heard of him on We Love Hip Hop interview. He's one of the top 5 West End. Mind you, I didn't make a saga list. He's a saga rapper, but he's one of the top 5 West End of all time. You didn't know this? Here's what I'm going to hear later. Who gives a fuck about people who are on the internet, who, if they know me or not? I don't do this for people on the internet. I do this for the real people on the street who really care about this real shit. Okay? So don't worry. There's already a rebuttal that's stirring around in his head to cope with the failure in his career. Okay? Here's the thing. I've bigged up this gentleman mad times because I considered him my brother. I said this man has gone across Canada a gazillion times, selling the SARS CD, helping to put Canada on the map. That's always appreciated. But brother, it still doesn't put you in the fucking same category as Drake, Nav, Robin Banks, Press, and top 5. I'm sorry. It's just something you got to fucking live with. Okay? If it hurts your feelings, who gives a fuck? It's a list. It's my opinion. Visited Friday in prison. Facts. Right? But when a nigga gives his opinion on a list, then this is what I get. Let's go all the way down to the beginning. Okay? Toronto's mad rapper. Just for the people who didn't know. This whole, you know what? Before I get to the tweets, actually, let's stay in order. Let's keep it in order. August. Holy, the man be tweeting to nobody. Oh, the man just speaking to a void, bro. These niggas think that they curate the culture, expecting us to sell your ass, expecting you to sell your ass like a hoe, like they do, to play yourself out to be relevant, quotation marks, for their cause. This is coming from people who have to steal content from others to even survive, because they're parasites. Parasites. Oh my God. Say it is so. I wonder what he's talking about. These blogs and podcasts keep track and promote who's killing each other on the streets more than who's killing each other, killing tracks. Oh, fam. You know, I'm glad I'm this age because I could at least decipher unk language for you. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm killing the bars. What's wrong with these guys? Right? They're even the cause of some of the murders. Oh shit. I caused murders out here? For real? For real? And have the nerve to call themselves hip-hop. Joking. Listen, I don't have to do anything. I just have to pull the stuff up on the screen and be like, there you go. All right? I got time. I got facts. And I'm not playing. Holy shit, man. Oh, Parasite, emoji, with a link to one of his Spotify tracks. Let's see how many. What's the views, Crow? What's the views, Crow?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You know what's funny? This fucking fake ass, weird ass nigga, bro, that tries to call somebody a brother. Look at this. This song here, Parasite, was created from Animal Rights 2. Have you guys heard of the Animal Rights 2 album? Go pick it up, please. Help him out. All right. The song Parasite appears on there. So I saw this post earlier today. I told this nigga behind the scenes, when I roast you, I'm not even gonna get crazy and be like, fuck you, you're F-bomb, oh, you're a clown, oh, you're a goof, you're a pussy. I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm just gonna show the people exactly, precisely why this person feels he needs to be on a list of the top 5 greatest West End rappers of all time, or the top 5, not even greatest, because that one, now you guys are going to start talking about, well, what about his bars? I was just saying top 5 West End rappers of all time, all right? He should be there. He wasn't there. And now the guy who was at his wedding, fuck that guy. He's a parasite. But the funny thing about it is I was a parasite before the fucking list. You fake nigga. Watch this. Hear this song.
Yeah. I wonder how long would the job last?
Pretty good.
Cooperate with the snakes in the tall grass. You get excited because they all crash and they talk trash. The history has a long.
Hold on. You're welcome. We're probably got like 15 streams off of this fucking nobody care about type shit if I didn't put it up on the screen right now. So you're welcome.
Glorifying gangsters in your podcast, your fraud ass wouldn't shoot shit, you would haul ass. You on the wrong path, you ain't a journalist, it's all trash, your shit doesn't match, it's a contrast. What you brought.
Go buy a pack of blunts with the stream money that I'm gonna give you, nigga.
Cast and fixators just hate the shit's fake. I feel sorry for the kids' sake. They think an interview with you is their big break. They don't know the difference from the truth in the clickbait.
They don't know the difference.
That's a mistake for you to take their advice. You should be embarrassed from the shit that they share in life. These motherfuckers are scared of life. That's why they try to hide inside of the net. They're a parasite.
Yep. Hide in my house all the time. Never go outside. I even Uber Eats friggin' papers. You know what I'm saying? I can't even walk outside for Rizla, Bridget. I'm so scared. You know what I'm saying? I don't even go to the corner store, brother. You're so right.
They talk heavy, walk very light. Fake people getting money is a scary sight. Mouth full of gossip, wouldn't dare to fight.
I've never been IRL in my life. You know what I'm saying? I've never given my location to any of the jams that I'm hosting or anything like that. I'm scared. Especially of the niggas like, you know, the thing is, they be trying to look a little younger. You know what I'm saying? A little younger in the face. You feel me? But that's beard dye. That's Beijing. Beijing. Okay? That nigga been had grays in his beard since 28. Beijing. All right? But I'm fake. Yeah. Beijing. How dare you talk on Gray Bay like that, nigga?
I wonder how long would the job last? You operate with the snakes in the tall grass. You get excited because they all crash and they talk trash. The history has a long past. Glorifying gangsters in your podcast, your fraud ass wouldn't shoot shit, you would haul ass. You on the wrong path, you ain't a journalist, it's all trash. Your shit doesn't match, it's a contrast. What you broadcast and fixators just hate the shit.
That's not what CBC said, but keep going.
Shit's fake. I feel sorry for the kids' sake. They think an interview with you is their big break. They don't know the difference from the truth in the clickbait. That's a mistake.
Oh, interview with me. They think an interview with me is their big break. But this fake ass nigga who made a song, this song, I didn't even know this song existed because guess what? I don't listen to your shit just like nobody else does, right? But I didn't know this song existed. And this song has been sitting on his album from time, G. So it didn't take you to go into the booth last night or a few nights ago because you got mad, you hurt your little feelings about a list, right? You had harbored feelings for your brother, you fake ass nigga. Let me show you something. Because my platform is for parasites, right? And listen, I will reiterate, all this started. You know what? I should open another screen so I don't have to keep on reopening the screen. Let's do that. Let's line everything up perfectly. Okay, so let's do this. Open one of these. I'll open the next Instagram right now. I'm just, listen, quick 20 minutes. Clips channel. All right, y'all can see this later. It'll do more views than any of his music videos. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. So let's pull back up. The point of contention. No, old heads have no self-awareness. Most old heads, they think, I'm the best rapper. So if when somebody doesn't pick me, they're dissing me. Now me angry, me beat you up when I see you. Oogie, 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 ah, ah, ah. I eat that thing. Right? So because this guy, or sorry, not this guy, this guy, well, let's hear some more shit, all right? Let's send him some more streams. Go stream praise shit, all right? Just so that he can cope with the fact that he won't quit fucking rapping. All right, look at that Beijing shining off of that freaking moonlight.
Yeah. The sky.
Anyway, we're not doing that. So yeah, this guy, he couldn't be on this list, and that's the only reason. There's nothing else. There's not, after I put up the list, I hit him up behind the scenes, said, oh, you bitch ass nigga. Nothing else, nothing. You went on the list. So now I'm the F word that rhymes with maggot. You don't deserve to be on the list. So now I'm a pussy. I could have kept it cute. I could have said, you know what? We could chirp at each other on Twitter. You can fucking bug the shit out of me in my goddamn text messages. But now you want to, oh, I got a new song for this guy. Oh, he's not righteous. We've had enough of you. Your lame ass podcast. Your bullshit clout chasing. You're a dick riding wannabe ass DJ academics who's lost in the algorithm. The thing is about niggas like this, that they not even low-key, high-key think that they're better than people because they don't live on the internet, even though you live on the fucking internet. It's just nobody listens to you when you're on the internet, bro. You're tweeting all day to nobody. And then telling other people you live on the internet. Keep your thoughts in your fucking head. You don't have to tweet them, but you tweet them because you're an internet junkie like the rest of us. The reason your shit blew up is because of Sagittarius Shoddy. Really? Okay. You quit rap because you sucked. Yes, you're right. Have self-awareness. I quit rap and made money than you probably make at your fucking job. Are you dumb? That was the right thing to do. Maybe you should try it. Holy, to be a culture vulture and diss everyone in your class because you have none. You're a parasite. I'm a parasite. I'm a parasite until it's convenient. Until it's convenient. Because we're not going to act like this nigga was on the We Love Hip Hop Network like 10 years ago. Like, yo, nigga, I don't even come to your fucking show. No, when you wanted music, you wanted to promote the music that nobody fucking listens to, okay? And I hope you're listening, nigga, because I'm not dissing you. I haven't called you a bitch. I haven't called you a pussy. I haven't called you the F word that rhymes with maggot. I am just showing you the truth. This is the truth, okay? You went across Canada 100 fucking times. I asked the chat, do they know who the fuck you are? And they didn't. So then what the fuck? It's not my fault. 2 years ago, it didn't even crack a 1,000 views because my... Hold on. It didn't even crack 1,000 views because my chat, my own audience don't give a fuck about you. That's a sign. Take the Beijing out, let the grays grow, and just fucking live your life, fam. Don't worry about niggas who don't like your raps, who are not listening to your raps, who don't put you in lists, brother. Okay? It doesn't change any way that I felt about you, and I will emphasize felt. All right? Until you showed yourself as a fake nigga. Start a podcast. No, these niggas are too lazy to start a podcast. Because you know what a podcast takes? Working every single day to make sure that you're in the algorithm, the evil algorithm. Fucking idiot guys, bro. What the fuck, man?
Know those places, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I was in all those way too long and way too much, you know what I'm saying? And
fucking dinosaurs.
I shouldn't have been in those, but I was, and it's just what it was. Connected with a lot of goons, and a lot of them are dead now. A lot of them are gone, and I'm just lucky to be here, and I never fell off the edge. You know what I'm saying?
You're lucky that this studio has air conditioning and it's not too hot, so that Beijing don't start dripping off your fucking chin.
Now, like that, we're grown, right? Like in hindsight, what do you think drew you to the streets?
I was just outside all the time. So like really, I wasn't really drawn.
Right? So it's convenient. Remember, I interviewed Sagittarius Shawty. The first interview with her, before I interviewed her myself, was like 8. Wait a minute, we're going on year 10. Like 9 years ago. This nigga pulled up 2 years ago. So it's convenient. My platform, this evil piece of shit platform, is convenient when you need promo. But it's not convenient when you're not on a list. That is fake nigga shit. Nobody's going to tell me different. I don't give a fuck what you say, what you do when you see me on road, okay? This shit is fake. I'm sorry, bro. It's fake. You don't take your friends and tell them to go suck this and do that because they didn't put you on a list, especially one that you don't deserve to be on. Fucking get some self-awareness and don't quit rapping. Keep rapping, but leave us the fuck alone. We're not listening. I'm done. Anywho, what are y'all saying in the chat? We good? We good? I got spit on the microphone. Shit. We good? We good? Anything else we need? I'm ostracized. Now, because of my list, he can never be around the friend group that we're supposed to be a part of because I didn't put him on a list. Everybody takes that very seriously because I'm the best rapper in Toronto and you need to recognize that. Well, you know what? If other people are not recognizing it, I'm not going to get on the mic and lie. This is the problem. And I'm going to end it as this. If it was up to niggas like him, all right, and I'm pointing at him because he's watching. If it was up to niggas like him and niggas the way these guys think, and these guys, if I took their advice on how I run a podcast or how I run this network, the shit would be doing maybe 300 views an episode. I'd be interviewing all of the old school quote unquote legends that everybody doesn't fucking remember. And I would only talk about the positive shit. There would be anytime a news story happens, a rapper fucking goes to jail, I would say, oh, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm too grown. I'm an OG. I'm not talking about that. That's not what we do. If I follow their motto on how to do that, and that's how you do a real nigga podcast. One in the chat if you guys would be watching that shit right now. 2 in the chat if it's like don't even worry about the 1 in the fucking 2 in the chat. I already know the answer to that shit. Ain't nobody watching that boring shit. I'm not watching that boring shit. The niggas want entertainment. I interview people. I get fucking information. I fucking do my journalism. And I fucking do my live streams. You niggas don't even want to put in half the work. So fucking shut the fuck up and watch the real niggas do the show. Now I'm done. What do you guys want to cover next? You said you wanted to cover the HA thing. I want to do something light first. Let me do something light. These niggas getting under my skin, bro. Holy shit. I hate entitled motherfuckers, bro. Nobody owes you shit. You know what? Let me show y'all something quick, fast. Big salute to Solo YS. I fuck with Solo YS. He's a We Love Hip Hop alumni. All right. He was on the show like a couple of months ago, maybe about 3-4 months ago. And him and Natural went to Montreal. Actually, let me show y'all the clip from their Montreal trip here.
Hip-hop.
Right? La Belle Province. Our friendship depends on what you sing when you hear this rhythm. All right. What are y'all singing when you hear this rhythm? Jeez. So he did a quick vlog. I wonder if he has it on YouTube. Just something late. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but like, shit, these niggas got me just off.
I'm gonna compose by Kyle though. Okay, 12 things out now. You're in the vlog now, bitch. No, I know. It's just this type of shit that be happening to niggas when they gotta be on festival. Out here.
Watch the Airbnb.
It's game time. Montreal's not ready.
Hold on, is this on YouTube? Let me go over to his YouTube here. Solo YS. Let's put some light on some Toronto or Durham artists right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's do that. If you didn't put this on your YouTube channel, you're getting a DM from me, brother. You're definitely getting a DM from me, bro. Roni Show recap. Bruv. You don't have this on YouTube? Oh my God.
I'm gonna compose by Kyle though. Okay, 12 things out now. You're in the vlog now, bitch. No, I know. It's just this type of shit that be happening to niggas when they gotta be on festival. Out here.
Man like Natural.
It's game time. Montreal's not ready.
It was just me and my vision and dream. That was just me and my dreams again. Would've did anything for the team. Nowadays really don't need a friend. Also know, girl, what you need. I just probably won't speak again. I'm just being honest. No time to be modest. I hate a bitch that try to tell me what to do. What if I fuck your friend, girl, you won't tell me that I'm rude. I was gonna lie to you, but I had to tell the truth. I'm just being honest. Honesty my policy. I'm just keeping it clean.
I'm gonna compose by Kyle.
Okay. Salute to Solo YS. I wish he had made a full vlog. Maybe he's got one in the works right now. Let me see what's going on.
Me tell her, say me I gonna be a star one day. Put it on me heart, just believe. Me know you see me up on my sleeve. And the pussy violate me rifle a beat. Cartier with the Gucci sneakers. Arch your back, girl, follow procedure. Remember there when the dog them broke. Now Bobby's I call every girl I get fucked.
Okay. Salute to Solo YS. One more shits and giggles thing before we get into a couple of these stories here. Did you guys see this? Watch our freaking former PM. Watch him.
Me, baby. I can give you some kind of me, baby.
You guys are in somebody's store. This guy ran our country. This is one of his son's tracks. This is one of Zav's tracks. Salute to Zav. What up, Zav?
I can give you to Carmi, baby.
That's my guy. It is W promo for Zav right now. Cause like remember who's doing the jump, right? Hot girl summer for Justin, right? He don't give a fuck right now. He's living his best life. He's like, I just destroyed a country. It's cool. What else is going on? Where's Katie at? Fuck them Canadian niggas anyway, right?
It's in the trenches.
Hold on. We ain't playing all of that. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
I can give you.
Right? No, is it W promo? Let me know. W's, what it is, what did Drake say? W is in the shot or whatever the fuck that nigga say. Put that in the chat if this is W promo. If this is gonna work for Zav, right? His dad, major figure, obviously. But then his girlfriend is like one of the biggest pop stars in the world. Right? Run this. Did you run this on your own freaking Instagram page? Because like, no matter what, if that's the man's dad, in his mind, he's like, embarrassing. Oh, Dad, why are you doing this, man? But maybe not. Maybe he's like, thanks, Dad. I needed that extra boost. Did he post it? See, he posted it. W. Playing on the radio. Hold on. Did you say breezy? His face alone angers you.
In the Home Hardware on St. Laurent Street.
I'm sorry, trigger warning. This is the extended version. Let's go.
To Carmi, baby.
Let's go.
We love hip hop. We love hip hop.
All right. Can I just one more time, please, fam? Let me just decompress off of some fuckery. Just one more time, fam. I gotta laugh.
Virgin Radio.
Holy fuck.
In the Home Hardware on St. Laurent Street.
You're in Montreal, brother?
Baby. I can give you to Carmi, baby.
Let's go. Yo, fam, if they weren't them, okay, if this wasn't Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau, get the fuck out of my store, bro. Are you guys good? Are you fucking filming and stomping around in my store? Get out. Get out. Are you buying something? Get out. But they're them. They're who they are, so you can allow them. You know what I'm saying? There's probably some big security guard standing not too far away. Maybe not, because they okay, this is not an important story. I just want to ask you guys quick, fast. Do you think that this guy could walk around? Oh, I got you. Because you're a goof. Because you're a goof. Because you're a goof. Right? And I never used that sound effect one time in that last segment. But y'all think he could walk around, him and Katy Perry, in Montreal, the Belle Province? They're on Saint Laurent Street. There's junkies around Saint Laurent Street. Right? Do you think they're walking around minus security or with security? Because Montreal's one of them cities you can kind of like move around low key, put on the sunglasses. People might see you, but they're not going to approach you. You know what I'm saying? But yo, what up, Draymond? What up? Y'all think so? Is he walking around sans sécurité? Let me know, man. Or does he have to? He's got him. Remember, it's not just this guy. Federal officers, is he still getting that? Does he still get those privileges? Remember, that's our money that's paying for that shit, right? Not 200K security budget, but 30K security budget. We say not the Drake budget? Huh? They only need like one big black guy. I won't even say that. I'm not saying a security detail, fam. I'm just saying like 1, 2. You know what I'm saying? At least 1 6 foot, and they have to be bald just to have that extra like intimidating look. Right? What do you mean? What's happening with Natural? Don't make me sidetrack, Bridget. Let me see here. I don't see nothing happening with him. We good. We good. We good. We're good. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. I think the states do it for former presidents. He might still get like at least one off of the federal govy, bro. Come on, bro. You're going to just leave the man naked out there, bro? You just, no matter how much we hated the way he ran the country, you can't just leave a man who ran the country for like almost 10 years and then just be like, all right, peace, no security for you. At least give me 1, 2 like black eyes, bro. I can't get the black eyes. The big bald black guy has multi-use in the hotel. No. Don't do that to Zab's dad, fam. I'm daddy that virgin. One more time, and then we're moving on. No rhythm.
In the Home Hardware on St. Laurent Street.
Song rhythm.
Okay, baby. I can get you to call me, baby. Down.
Embarrassing. Hey, do what you got to do. 10K likes? Fucking do what you got to do, brother. All right, run it up, man. Big salute to Zav. Big salute to Zav. Okay, I want to get to a quick story before we get to this Hell's Angel stuff, because I did see something on Torontology's Reddit, actually. Let's go through here. One, I did see that post that I passed by mistake earlier with top 5 and the chain and stuff like that. K Money, K Make. Oh my God, why the fuck do you guys call this guy all kind of names, bro? Holy. Yeah, Casper just dropped a new album. We were listening to it earlier on stream when we were doing the pre-show here. Okay, the album's called Draft Day. From what we listened to, and salute to all the kickers who were here listening to the album with me, I thought the album was pretty good. It had some fire tracks on it. Trap for the Year 2 is the first track. The thing salute to Universal. He's got to deal with Uni right now. The Market is on there. The Market remix. He has features from K Money, 100 Band Plan, of course, but he also has Oz Cash and M Honcho from the UK. So salute to Casper TNG. And I think that the music is really good, right? Draymond Green wants to know where's Czar. I'm just on the solos today, but we'll be back tomorrow, actually with a guest. So look out for that. I thought the album was really good. I only had one issue, because when I was going through Reddit, I saw a post, and we'll get back to that K Money post in a second. I saw a post that actually kind of, I won't say got under my skin, because it's not that serious, but it kind of bothered me a little bit. Okay, people are posting about it over here on Torontology's Reddit. Let me see if I can find that post. Flow on this is mod. Right here. Casper TNG, this is top 5 and BDK. Casper, this is, and this, I don't know whose page this is from. Can I see from the top over here? He got robbed because he called his little brother a snitch, got packed. or called my little brother a snitch, got packed because his wheels too slow, couldn't dip. Right, and I guess they're doing a close up of the lyrics and stuff like that. Now, I'm not trying to tell anybody how to do their thing, but I feel like Casper TNG has gotten to a level now where obviously you're gonna still have like the street rapper tough talk and gun bars and different things like that. I'm not saying turn into a fucking peaceful I don't know what you would call it, some kind of hippie rapper or something. I'm not saying anything like that, right? Be yourself. However, when it comes to like a lot of these polys, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, it limits the reach of the song. Like the market was able to get so far because of the fact that when you listen to it, there's no like underlying connotations towards people. There's no sneak shots. There's no smoking on this and the thing is, Casper went from listening to the album earlier, very, very skilled. Let me play this clip over here, see what they're saying before I continue my my assessment here.
On the young strip, you know we be outside with it, man, on the regular,
Salute to K Money. Salute to all parties involved.
The address, I thought you had, Who's that? Kono?
Man, like RK, what up? Holy.
Now we coming, man. You like Kono just spent a light 2 splat? That's a light 2K right there, on a regular day in the Trenskino. Man. Hold on.
Look, these niggas put everything on Snapchat. You see this yellow shit for the people who are not aware of like the social medias? They put everything on Snapchat. I don't even have that app on my phone right now like that.
What's going on out here? You know what time it is already, man? Draft day. We got 100 different flavors. Where to load? Yeah? What we doing? What we doing? You know what we doing, man? When we pull up to the yacht, we do it different, man. We don't do what y'all niggas be doing. Shout out to my family at the Yankee Lady.
Okay, so salute to K Money. So, like I was saying, the album is amazing so far from what I've heard. But the songs that I did hear that were like taking sneak shots and stuff like that, to be honest, they're not going to get played in Toronto clubs. If you don't care about the Toronto clubs, that's fine. But as far as getting played, and a lot of these songs are very club worthy, they're bangers. But because of the politics coded lyrics, it will limit it from being able to go to other places. You know what I'm saying? As far as like moving around in the city, and the city being one of the more major cities in North America, you want to have everything from the album being able to play. Okay, I'm not trying to give advice on how to do this shit because it's already done. And again, I'm not trying to tell mans when they see this how to do your music, but I'm just giving my opinion when it comes to like making sure that you guys are able to maximize what you're doing. It's like, are you really trying to maximize it when you're taking shots at top 5 and whoever else that are being taken on these songs? Because now when it comes time to play, if a DJ runs the tune because the tune's fucking hard, they might get their head slapped. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just, like I said, I'm not going to spend super long on this. I just found it like, I'm so happy that he dropped this album because now people are able to, like his fans are able to like get all of this music and the music that's already out like in one place. But yeah, there's songs on here like Rose Gold Rollies where there's a little bit of dissing, but not too much. I put a like on this one because this one to me really stood out. Y'all should go check it out. All right. This is not an ad for Universal like some of the kickers are saying. I'm just giving my POV on the scene and these rappers because I want the best for y'all. Okay, real shit. Let's get to this Hell's Angels article here. Okay, yeah, that is actually what I have next on my list. So there was an article that I seen floating around actually through Torontology Reddit first. I'll pull up the post from Torontology Reddit. You know what? Actually, we'll just go through the Reddit and find it, and then we'll get to an article. So the post was from a gentleman who had a message to Drake a while back. Okay, do you guys remember this message? I'll play the message here. It's in my history. And then we're gonna go through everything, the article, everything. Let's do this. Drake, Hell's Angels. So this message here was from like 2 years ago.
From
Damian Ryan.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
a free call from
Damian Ryan.
press 1 to accept the call.
Drake, you're trying to take credit for shit that has nothing to do with you. You're a fucking clout chasing goof. Get off our tip.
All right, so I'm gonna play it again.
To accept the call.
Drake, you're trying to take credit for shit that has nothing to do with you. You're a fucking clout chasing goof. Get off our tip.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure to approach this and take care when I approach this topic here. So I'm gonna find a Reddit post that started sparking everybody's interest here. It shouldn't be that far down because I saw it like yesterday. Because an article popped up where they said that gentleman was convicted and there was murders and there was talk of Iran controversies and all type of crazy shit. Let's find this post here. And don't worry, I have an article. I went and did my due diligence. Holy fuck. Here it is. So this Hell's Angels is serving time for a drug bust and is accused in a Toronto area hit. He also trolled Drake for talking like a gangster. Now, I found the article over here, courtesy of the Toronto Star, and the Reddit also has the article over here in the comments because everybody was like, "What the fuck is going on? What the hell?" So, like I said, I played you guys the little clip. The Toronto Star even used that as part of their hook, right? In the beginning here, it says Canadian Hell's Angels Damian Patrick Ryan is finally behind bars, and there's a lineup of authorities intent to keeping him in there. So he wasn't convicted, but they're saying he's behind bars right now. Now he was behind bars from 2 years ago when he made that post that I posted and a bunch of people posted. And a lot of this even stems from, listen, gang, I'm giving you guys some lore here. A lot of this stems from the way that Drizzy's been moving around post Rick Ross getting punched in the face. Okay, what I'll do is, as far as the Drake association with this, I'll play the article and then we'll get into the Drake stuff, the whole Drake of it all, as they say.
Led to his arrest. He's the dangerous, modern face of the Hells Angels in Canada. Here's how a $900,000 betrayal led to his arrest. Damian Ryan, currently serving a 23-year prison term, is accused in the U.S. of involvement in a murder-for-hire scheme with the Iranian government. August 17, 2026. Updated at 11:13 p.m.
Oh, come on.
5-minute read. Save. 12. Canadian Hell. You're trying to take credit. Updated at 11:13 p.m. 5-minute read. Save. 12. Canadian
let's
Hell's
go, let's
Angel
go, let's go,
Damian
let's go.
Patrick Ryan, 45, once called out Drake online. Drake, you're trying to take credit for expletive that has nothing to do with you. Stay in your expletive lane because
Stay in
you
your
ain't
fucking
like
lane.
us. By Peter Edward, staff reporter. Canadian Hell's Angel Damian Patrick Ryan is finally behind bars, and there's a lineup of authorities intent on keeping him there. Ryan, 45, is in the second month of a 23-year prison term for his role in Manitoba's largest ever drug bust, while GTA authorities want him for a contract killing in 2021, and American police have him pegged in a murder-for-hire scheme with the Iranian government.
Jesus Christ.
Through it all, Ryan also found time to dip into the music industry and chide Drake for talking like a gangster. None of this surprises one of Ryan's longtime underworld enemies. He's a bully and will use his status to scare people, and when that doesn't work, he will do the dirty work too, said a former rival from the United Nations gang. The problem with all of this is none of it's secret, and law enforcement has been watching him for years. Video captured two suspects entering the Costa residence on January 18, 2021, before the fatal shooting of Giovanni Costa. Damian Ryan is one of 5 suspects charged in Costa's murder.
Holy shit.
Ontario Provincial Police. Ryan's former rival became a cooperating witness with police, and the Star is not identifying him for security concerns.
Damn.
Ryan, gravelly voiced and heavy set, looks the part of a committed gangster. He's known on the streets and dark web as Mr. Wolf. He has operated on the dark web under aliases including Big Homie, Big Buddy, Polar Bear, Berserker, and Dime. He represents a new face of the Hells Angels in Canada, mobile, dangerous and multi-dimensional, as comfortable in encrypted internet chats as on a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Music career and international presence. On TikTok, Mr. Wolf had cut an intimidating presence as the self-declared CEO of Wolf House Records,
Oh shit.
a nod to his long-standing membership in the Wolfpack Alliance, a diverse, internet-linked, multi-ethnic association of criminals that includes Hells Angels. He was comfortable enough in his status to call out Drake online to stop talking like a gangster. Drake, you're trying to take credit for expletive that has nothing to do.
Hold on. This article right here, right? And salute to the Toronto Star because I fuck with the Star, right? I fuck with multiple people over there. It's why is this like a Drake piece though? Why this is the third time they've mentioned Drake. This guy has so much other things going on, and they keep on like wrapping Drake into this story. He must listen. I'm not saying that he has to be a real point of contention. Not to say that he's not, but like, is the Star using Drake as a catapult to get the clicks, or and deviating from the real story, or at least trying to cause attention or pull attention to the real story? I mean, like this, I don't know. This is it's just weird to me. But let's continue.
Do with you. Stay in your expletive lane because you ain't like us. Ryan is nothing if not a gangster, his former rival said. I've known him since the 90s and watched him grow, make connections and network, the former United Nations gang member said. He's grown into one of the most prominent organized crime figures definitely in the country and North America, but even abroad too, the former UN member said. The connections this guy has are really worldwide, he continued. When you're talking about the top guys, talking to the top cartel bosses or mafia bosses, you're talking about Dr. He's the guy. Ryan, who grew up in a tough section of Vancouver, is all over the map, literally. He ran his drug network through Winnipeg, and his Hells Angels vest includes a patch saying he's a member of the club's Attica, Greece chapter. This operation began right here in Manitoba, and reached from Vancouver to Toronto, to Colombia, Greece and the United States. Assistant Commissioner Jane McClatchy, commanding officer of the Manitoba RCMP, said in a prepared statement. Project Divergent. Ryan is serving time in Canada as a result of Project Divergent, which began in 2018.
Holy
He was
shit.
charged in February 2022 and convicted for conspiracy to traffic in drugs, conspiracy to possess proceeds of crime, and conspiracy in benefit of a criminal organization. Officers seized more than $70 million in cocaine,
Holy
methamphetamine, fentanyl and MDMA, and recovered weapons and paraphernalia, along with more.
Hold on. $70 million? Whoa. That's crazy.
More than $445,000 cash. Mr. Ryan's trial laid bare the cold-bloodedness of drug trafficking touching the highest levels in Canada, King's Bench Justice Chris Martin said in his December decision. The scale and sophistication of Mr. Ryan's drug networks was alarming, the money staggering, the blasé mindset to violence generally and the indifference to drug users specifically, immoral, Martin said. Greed and domination ruled the day. The Crown's case in Project Divergent centered around a paid police agent called Agent 66, a longtime drug dealer, who turned on Ryan for a payday of up to $900,000, plus expenses, and his freedom. It took Agent 66 more than a year to secure a meeting with Ryan at a Montreal restaurant in December 2021, where the agent secretly recorded their talk of buying multiple kilograms of cocaine. Mr. Wolf, how's it going? Agent 66 said. Nice to meet you, bud, Ryan replied. So, what do you want to do here? Agent 66 said he was planning to ship cocaine into Winnipeg and preferred to ship it from Toronto rather than BC to cut transportation expenses. I'll see if I can find someone to do that run, Ryan said. Ryan ended the talk by telling Agent 66 to only communicate with him through an encrypted messaging app. Any kind of grievance, just message me. I'm pretty easy to deal with. That's more or less what I do, I find solutions, Ryan said. I don't really deal with a lot of day-to-day things, he said. Ryan's Winnipeg trial heard his trusted inner circle included his brother-in-law, Dennis the Menace, Ivziku from the lower mainland of British Columbia.
Dennis the Menace, wow.
Ivziku was arrested in an international drug and firearm trafficking ring in May in Quintana Roo, Mexico, after 4 years as a...
I'm not gonna lie, Dennis the Menace is a sick name. I know it has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now, but that is a fucking sick name still. I remember Dennis the Menace, the cartoon, that was fire.
Fugitive. Ryan did not testify and did not call any evidence in the trial, representing himself after firing a stream of lawyers. Iranian murder plot.
This is the crazy shit.
While in custody awaiting trial on the Manitoba drug charges, Ryan was charged in January 2024 in the US with an unsuccessful murder plot targeting unnamed Iranian dissidents living in the US. The indictment said Ryan worked for Iranian drug lord Naji Zindashti, who reported to the Iranian government, according to American authorities. The indictment alleges Ryan was recorded on an encrypted device agreeing to put together a hit team to murder 2 Iranian citizens for $350,000.
Holy shit.
Ryan's intended victims were not identified, except that they were in Maryland and one is a man and the other a woman. The indictment quotes Ryan as telling Zindashti that it's challenging to do a job in the US, but he might have someone to do it. Ryan tells a would-be hired killer.
Saint Soldiers, I will definitely get to that in a moment. I just want to get through the whole article to see, everything that's going on in the article. And listen, real shit, I skimmed through the article, but I waited to get on the stream with y'all so that we can react to it in real time, right? Saint Soldiers 84 says, why don't you talk about the Hells Angels who actually punched Rick Ross in the face? Icarus is a legendary rapper here in BC, getting millions of streams and has a #1 album last year. Talk that shit. Salute to Icarus, yo.
In the indictment that he would get you what you want, but that he needed this to be overkill, LOL. Ryan's associate said he would encourage his recruits to shoot the victim in the head, to make an example, or do the job himself. Make sure I hit this guy in the head with at least half the clip.
Holy shit.
And that he would tell his contacts that we gotta erase his head from his torso. A payment of $350,000 was agreed upon, plus $20,000 expense money.
Yo, hold on. That sounds crazy. I don't know if it's true. This is just a freaking what they're saying in the Toronto Star article, but lift his head from his body is nuts. Whoa.
But arrests were made before things could go any further.
That is no
Vancouver
joke.
shooting. GTA. Fraught love affairs. A hasty flight to Italy. Unsolved murders. Video in Bolton shooting the latest chapter in GTA gangland saga. Through it all, Ryan has weathered a stream of attempts on his life, including one at the Vancouver airport in 2015 and another outside a Vancouver restaurant in 2010, when he was hit in the leg with a machine gun bullet while leaving a birthday party.
Holy.
Police said the attack was retaliation for the murder 2 months earlier of Gamit Dak, a senior gangster affiliated with the rival UN gang. That made the guy go crazy, the former UN rival said. He was really spinning out on that. While in custody in March 2025 after the Manitoba drug arrest, Ryan was charged with first-degree murder, attempted murder, and conspiracy to commit murder by the OPP in connection with the Bolton shooting death of senior Giovanni John Costa, 65, north of Toronto almost 5 years ago.
Article's almost done.
No reason was given by police for the murder. The former UN gangster and rival thinks Ryan's life will likely end behind bars. Every dog has his day. Even if he ever gets parole, he will be in his 60s with very strict parole conditions, including no contact with criminals or gangsters.
Here they go.
And they will be watching.
Oh my God, and they'll be watching. Oh, so there you have it. All right. They broke down everything, or the Star, and who wrote this article over here? Peter Edwards. He broke down everything as far as the whole Iranian thing and the music industry ties and stuff like that. But like I said, they mentioned Drake a few times in here. All right. Like this post here.
From
Damian Ryan.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
A free call from
Damian Ryan.
press 1 to accept the call.
Drake, you're trying to take credit for shit that has nothing to do with you. You're a fucking clout chasing goof. Get off our tip.
Weirdly enough, actually, where this came from, because if you guys look at where the post came from, this was on 6AC TV. Do you guys remember, if I'm not mistaken, is this the same blog that was wrapped up in the whole Ryan wedding thing? Let me know in the chat. Is that the same one, 6AC TV? What was the name of that? Yes, it was. Oh, shit. Right? And they also ran the freaking Dirty. They were all wrapped up in the whole thing with the Ryan Weddings arrest. Wedding 6AC. Let's do that. 6AC. Let's do the 6AC blog. Look at this. Who's the Canadian blogger who accepted significant money from fugitive Ryan Wedding? This guy right here. He was the one. He's the one who runs this page called 6AC. Okay. The whole thing when it comes to this message here and how they also intertwine this in the article is that there's a point of contention between Drizzy Drake and the guys that this gentleman runs with. Okay. It's like, how could I explain this in the best way without being like too revealing? There's always been some kind of issues between Drake and let's say even like The Weeknd. Right? There was the fight that also happened because there was the beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. When you say what Fight Friday, I'll show you right now. Let me pull up another page. Let's do this. Multiple windows, Rick. Let's see where we can find this. Rick Ross fight. Canada. Dun, 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 dun. Remember this?
Now the people here, right? And then you got Ricky Rose, probably by a minor. You feel me? And this is crazy. Your security was security.
There's got to be a better one than this. Let's do this. Let's go on these Twitter screets. Yeah, that was Icarus. Gave him the wapow. Where is that? All they got is this creepy poster. Look at this creep. Look at this creep. This guy.
And then you look at me.
Weirdo. This got to be a better one than the one I just found on YouTube. Come on. Let's get a better one of Rick.
You know, they started jumping on another dude. You can tell they ain't in America, because if they was in America.
Oh my God, I don't want to hear all that shit. Let's do this one here. Super cringe. Mega extra cringe. Let's do this one. I just want to see a video of it, man.
Just sent me a gift. So by now, I'm assuming that most of you, if not all of you, know that Rick Ross got himself.
Oh, shit. Can we see the fucking video? Holy.
He got slept.
That's his DJ after the shit happened. But I want to see the actual the connection when the punch connected. Is this it in here? There we go. There we go. Dun, 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 dun.
What's up, dog? You're in our fucking city. What's up? What's up? Every day I'm hustling. What's up, nigga?
Every day, nigga.
You gonna press us out in our fucking city, nigga? What's up?
What's up, everybody? It's your boy National, and welcome to Coolin TV. Now, Rick Ross thought he could pull up to Canada, play not like us, and shit was gonna be all sweet, bro.
Oh.
So Rick Ross had a show, or he had a pop out there, or something like that. I guess he had to pop out and show niggas. So he went out there to Canada, and it seemed like he was at a little party, some get together, something like that. And the Canadian goons wasn't having it with Ricky Rose trying to disrespect. So as soon as Not Like Us come on, bro, in the video, y'all can see these Canadian goons. And there was one particular goon, you know, the nigga with the man bun. This nigga clearly had an agenda from the first moment he locked eyes with Rick Ross.
There's Icarus right there. The one that this guy, who is this Coolin TV? Is trying to be funny with. Coolin TV, wherever you are, I guess be funny from over there, fam. All right. about man.
Bro, he wanted to beat the shit out of him from the moment he saw him. Just look at his facial expression the whole damn time. All right, so him and Rick Ross get into it, and that one random moment while they arguing, bro, the dude with the man bun just took off on Rick Ross. He took off on Rick, and then everybody else just started brawling. I'm talking about.
Wow, nice cut. Thank you, brother. I would have gave me a yellow $sign. Thank you, brother.
About 20 to 30 people started brawling. You know, they started jumping on another dude. You can tell they ain't in America, because if they was in America, one or two niggas would have already by now pulled out a weapon. All right, somebody would have got shot. Somebody probably would have got stabbed. There was way too many people. But you can tell they in Canada. They don't play with guns like that. I don't even think they do.
Man, shut the fuck up, man. Shut up. Who's this guy? Coolin TV? Shut the fuck up, brother. How you get 249,000 views and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, brother? And you know, if they wasn't in Canada, they wouldn't be using guns. And like, nigga, like this guy doesn't even know who the fuck he's talking about, fam. That's the crazy part. Like, niggas just be over there yapping, fam. Like them Canadian gangsters. Yeah, those same people, like, they have factions in America too. If you actually did some fucking research, idiot. Holy. This guy's like, did they even got guns over there? Like, bruv, calm down. So anyhow, besides the point. So yes, this happened. And this happened how long ago? This is like 2 years ago, July 2024, right? And I'm sure that this video is literally from right after it happened. So after that, Drake has shown pictures with like HA clothing on, or like Hell's Angels clothes, like merchandise and stuff like that. Let me show this. Drake, Hell's Angels. Look. What is? This is AI. Yo, AI is a motherfucker. What is? Right? And obviously he even had like a guy who was I'm not even going to mention the Family Matters video. Let's leave that alone. Okay? So he's shown allegiance. I'm not saying like he's in or not or whatever. He's shown allegiance. And he even, I think, liked when like a post of when this fight went down. However, I don't know where everything kind of just went kind of astray from there. Because if we go back to this post here, this is from when? 2 years ago, July 7th. Give me a second, gang. Let me pull up a couple more things here. Because he had the song What Did I Miss? There's even more pictures. Let me see if I'm gonna go into my drive. I got some shit in my drive. Let me play something for y'all from my drive. Because there was an academic stream that happened a while back. All right. I don't even have this posted like this. Hold on. I'm just trying to get my drive to work right now because I don't want to just put my shit up on the screen like that. Pause. Can we play this shit? There we go. There we go.
He says, yo, I'm the guy. He said, yeah, I'm the guy. Fuck Rick Ross. He said, got banged out. Shout out to Big Merc. Said, Drake, you support 81 and rapping about my business, but you don't get at me, eh? Not a good look. Get at me ASAP. Icarus.Andreas, that guy. Yo, Drake, man, hit up my guy Icarus, man. He says he rapped about his business. Did Drake rap about? What did Drake rap about? A little trouble in paradise there, huh?
A little.
He says, yo, I'm the guy. He said, yeah, I'm the guy. Fuck Rick Roll. He said, got banged out. Shout out to Big Merc. Said, Drake,
big up
you
Mercury's.
support 81 and rapping about my business, but you don't get at me, eh? Not a good look. Get at me ASAP. Icarus.
This is a $27 super chat, $28 super chat. Hey, feel free to do the same also, chat. We got a good audience in here. Super chats are appreciated.
Andreas, that guy. Yo, Drake, man, hit up my guy Icarus, man. He says he rapped about his business. Did Drake rap about? What did Drake rap about?
And it's funny because see this in the background. This is him reacting to clips from Iceman 2, Iceman 3, actually. So this is not that long ago. Now, let's dissect. What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? Yeah, nigga, get punched in the face on some TLC shit like on the dead guys. Some TLC shit because the niggas, you gonna need a chili ice pack for your left eye. I'm trying to flow it like Drake, right? Right? Right there. What Ack was wondering? Remember what Ack said right here?
Icarus is, but you don't get at me, eh? He said, yeah, I'm the guy. Fuck Rick Roll. He said, got banged out. Shout out to Big Merc. Said, Drake, you support 81 and rapping about my business, but you don't get at me, eh?
Rapping about his business. Yeah, niggas get punched in the face on some TLC shit on the dead guys. Some TLC shit because my niggas gonna need a chili pack for your left eye. So this bar here, it's like basically claiming the Rick Ross pack out. You feel what I'm saying? Gang, are you guys following me over here? Right? He's claiming the pack out, the punch to face. The punch to face action here.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Nasho, and welcome to Coolin' TV.
You like the post? That's cool. But I guess it wasn't that cool to be like, yo, well, listen, yeah, that's what you get. Right? He pulled one of those ones. That's what you get for fucking with Drizzy Drake. Right? Hold on, let me find that. That's another Canada. That should be also on a Canada Heritage moment.
This what you fucking get for not checking in. Shout out, boy, Drizzy, eh? Triple G's, you know how we rock, slap, brat, brat.
All right, one of them ones. We did that. Are we? All right. Obviously, like, okay, mans came down there. They fuck with Drizzy. They're not gonna fucking let mans get on the stage, play all that not like us bullshit, and just think that Canada's soft and walk away and e. You know what I'm saying? The man doesn't want to be incriminated. Fam, the message is here. It's from an act stream.
He said, yeah. He says, yo, I'm the guy. He said, yeah, I'm the guy. Fuck Rick Roll. He said, got banged out. Shout out to Big Merc. Said, Drake, you support 81 and rapping about my business, but you don't get at me, eh?
Huh? Listen, I'm not in the middle of this shit, fam, but it's just a lot of this stuff had all ended up circling back to this.
Trying to take credit.
I know this came before, but there was stuff that was happening that made this happen.
I'm thinking.
A free call from
Damian Ryan.
press 1 to accept the call.
Drake, you're trying to take credit for shit that has nothing to do with you. You're a fucking clout chasing goof. Get off our tip.
I say fuck that.
What do y'all think, gang? There's, obviously we've spoken about the affiliations in interviews prior. I'll actually pull up a clip. Big salute to Peter A.W.O.L. And listen, I'm also gonna give you guys some
here
as much info as I can. I made sure to do my due diligence before tackling this topic, before going through the article, checking with the right people that I needed to check with, so that I'm not over here just willy-nilly talking out my ass, just, not knowing what the fuck I'm talking about. And if there is any mistakes, which I don't think that I've made any mistakes so far, as like dissecting what I'm reading and seeing, like, then whatever, it's something that we can deal with later. But I've done my due diligence to make sure that we handle this story correctly. You know what I'm saying? Let me play a part, because he has big salute to Peter A.W.O.L, who actually spoke on the whole Drake affiliation and maybe some of the ways that some of the things can get fixed between him and the people that he seems to have issues with. I'm not gonna say that he is over here on these live streams, okay? So OVO man, don't get at me neither. I'm just saying seems to be going on, because this article, they're just sprinkling the man's name all through this shit. So it is what it is, brother. Let's play the clip.
And I look forward to you guys' future content, because I think you guys got a really good
Peter
vibe.
A.W.O.L.
It just got a little off track here because of some personal feelings, and maybe people not paying enough attention to the video. I've seen a lot of people comment, so what, white people just calling black men the N-word up there. That doesn't happen. I'm not saying there isn't racism. Of course, there's racism everywhere, right? But the way that it's been presented is inaccurate. Even I'm not sure if the man's name is Dusty, was saying Drake is wrong, for hanging out with these people because of what happened in the past, right? Well, there's friends of Drake's that once colored out that way. That's in there, and out here there's a bunch of colored people in there. And I think Drake's always been showing love back. It's not just he's this cheerleader on the side and he doesn't get any love back. People watch his back. I can tell you that our whole crews took care of him when he was here for the 3 days on one of his tours, and showed him a lot of love. And his issues right now are with my bro because of some personal things, but otherwise a lot of members are still talking to him. A lot of people are still trying to fix shit. It's maybe a break.
And keep in mind, this interview was done back 2 years ago, also back in July 25th of 2024. Okay, this clip, where is the clip? I got mad windows open. 1 second, let me do this one. This clip right here, let me put them all next to each other. Also July 7th, so this came first. We had actually some commentary about it. This is the actual video here. The video did 130,000 views. So it was a hot topic. I'm not going to lie. Okay. And then from that, we did this interview here with Peter A.W.O.L.
In communication somewhere where Jake didn't get the message properly, but I'm sure if he's listening or with my bro, we took care of him when he was here for the 3 days on one of his tours, and showed him a lot of love. And his issues right now are with my bro because of some personal things, but otherwise a lot of members are still talking to him. A lot of people are still trying to fix shit. It's maybe a break in communication somewhere where Jake didn't get the message properly, but I'm sure if he's listening, he knows exactly who to contact to squash all that shit and make things right. It's not that big. And as I mentioned earlier, it was for another colored person, and I don't want to say his name. But he's a popular artist too, and so the whole notion that these guys
don't worry, P, I got you. His name is Abel. His name is Abel. Testify.
Pushed him out because he's not black enough is ridiculous, and that's a narrative being pushed on so many different platforms. And that has nothing to do with it. Drake knows himself what it's about, and that fucking guy, I don't know who he is, but You know, he's not the president. The guy he has in the video, that guy's not even a member.
You know, I'm sorry, I gotta stop these videos and show y'all what I want. Let me see here. Let's get another window open here. Dun, 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 dun. This is we know we're explaining the lore.
Maybe in this song, you shouldn't start by saying.
Let's go to, where's the part of the video? Is it here? Ah, it's right here.
Move to New York. Is it because you live in that lights and wait? You say
this guy.
Your brother Jermaine, but you only here to stay out of the light. Oh shit, just follow me, right? Because nothing you saying could bother me, right?
Right? Continue, Pete.
I think it's the Family Matters video.
Yeah, the Family Matters video. Yes, yes. And you know, I don't know if you all ever heard me on the academics video. I didn't have enough information neither to give a proper commentary.
Yeah, I've heard everybody say it. Like, you know, nobody knows, and nobody's gonna come out and say, like, you know, who this person is or isn't unless they actually know, right? But that's just a neighbor. That's just a neighbor of his. And I'm not saying the guy is not a somebody, but he's definitely not who people are, you know, dressing him up to be. He's not that guy. He's not a member. He's not the president. It's just some guy.
Yeah. Listen, man, this, like I said, this is an important conversation that we're having right here because, you know, a lot of people watch not just us, but just the social media and the media period. And they get so much stories that they make up themselves. Then they make YouTube videos, and you see it when you go on YouTube. There's a gazillion videos of people with theories.
They be getting the facts wrong, fam.
But they never have the real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this conversation should shed some light on that kind of stuff. But I get the impulse to get information out quickly too. I understand how the machine works when it comes to social media. Obviously, like I don't subscribe to that type of behavior. You can tell from my channels. I don't post often. I'm not trying to get subscribers. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? If you're going into the space, there's an urgency to get out information quickly. And sometimes people know it's not accurate, so they're putting pieces together, hoping at some point. Like I see Ak do that a lot. No disrespect to him. I've been watching his channel since it became a channel. But a lot of times he'll just put it up and then try to get the story afterwards from somebody. And it's not just him. It's a lot of places, right? Like it's natural. It's a human thing to do when you're in that space. But hopefully after this conversation, you know, we don't have to hear about that kind of stuff anymore.
Facts. Last couple of things I want to ask you here, because, you know, with Drake being mentioned, one of the things that came out of this whole Kendrick Lamar Drake beef was the OVO EXO thing.
This is the last part we're gonna go through.
What are your thoughts on that, man? Like, there was a lot of like news stories and all kind of weird shit that was going on with it, man. And I had my little theories here and there, but what are your thoughts on it, man?
So shout out to my Palestinian bros that are tight with EXO and you know, the whole team, whether it's A.W.O.L or Cash. Those are our best friends and really good dudes. And Drake knows what his issue is with the man. You know what I mean? It's not a small issue, but it's not a big issue. It's nothing that can't be fixed. And he knows who to talk to do that. And like I said, there might be a break in communication somewhere, but you know, he knows exactly who to talk to fix that situation. I don't think that I can really elaborate on it much more, you know, like if I'm talking generally as just someone viewing the situation. It's sad these guys started off as friends. You know, Drake definitely helped him. I heard a lot about Drake perhaps maybe taking advantage of his talents and all of that, but You know, to me, that's all small stuff, right? Maybe it's because I've died and I have a different perspective on life. But a lot of my friends that are friends with both sides too don't see it as that big of a situation. There's a lot of politics involved sometimes.
It could be fixed.
But there's a lot of common ground they have too. The same people that support Drake in a lot of ways support A.W.O.L. And, you know, if he wants to fix it, that's not a big deal.
Hey, listen, man, we'll leave that there.
Yeah.
Yep, we will. Big salute to Peter A.W.O.L, yo. Listen, I don't know if I've been able to fill in the blanks as far as anything that people have been wondering. I don't know if I'm putting you guys in the chat onto this article that has been floating around the Toronto Star. Okay, I just know that it's been floating around on these Reddits. People have been giving their opinions. And yeah, I just wanted to make sure that if there was anything that was just like inconsistent, like, yo, look at this right here. 34 upvotes, which not the craziest, but it's still considerable. I rate the fact that this guy told Drake to humble down. Let me go past this. Let me just see some of these comments here. Anyone else finding it interesting that police were watching him commit all of these crimes and did nothing? Drake is not a gangster. He's a poser who cosplays as one. Laugh out loud. So they know exactly who Agent 66 is and what he looks like. Man is doomed. He's a geyser still. Yeah, man. Listen, man, the computers are putin' right now. So I hope this, I hope this has clarified anything for anybody who has read this article, and anybody who hasn't read the article, then go check it out. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Damon, Patrick, salute to Drizzy Drake, and salute to everybody on any faction, any side. Okay, I have no dog in the race. I'm just here reporting the news. You know what I'm saying? But I think I could leave that one there. All right. My heart rate didn't go up after the story. I think I handled it in a level fashion. Right? Usually when I'm like starting to delve into territories where I'm just completely like unaware and I'm like unhatching shit in real time with y'all over here in the chat, my blood pressure starts building, Styles. All right, so I don't feel that way today. Can we react to this Smiley interview? I've been giving salutes out here today because I'm not a hater. Salute to GTV. You say play some Icarus? I'm gonna run some Icarus. Hold on. I'm gonna run an Icarus track before we get off this topic. And then we're gonna break down this. We're gonna react to the Smiley interview. Big salute to Icarus. Let me see if I can find something from his let me see if I can find something here. What track you want me to play? I'm a Wolf is a sick track. I'm a Wolf. Is there a video for it? Because you know I like to see the visuals and shit. Pause.
I think in all fairness, I should explain to you exactly what it is that I do.
We love
I'm a wolf, motherfucker, you were told. Blocker, stacking souls, grave digger, disrespectful, way bigger. Wolf hacking through the winter. Yeah, we winners, yeah, we sinners. I make my ops late for dinner, and them cops can suck my venom. If you with them, you can get it. If it ain't beefing, we ain't living.
Let's go.
Words. I don't give a fuck because I know my worth. Raised in crime since my own birth. Fake friends die, people lie, stab you in the back and they never say why.
You go get my money or I'll put your fucking brain to sleep.
We love hip-hop.
Well, I'm fucking saying this is personal. I'll be there in the morning. You can fucking try me.
I'm an angel, fly up to the sun. Wings burned down, fell in the ocean. I'm Icarus, I don't need a gun. Cheap chick, right quick, I fight for fun.
I never been the type to run, got a weapon, better draw it, son. I'm one hell of a son of a gun. Pop slick fast, Formula One. Died in his sleep with his hand on his gun. I can never know this pain exists. Heart real cold, but I ain't no bitch. Tank half full, but I'm sick of this shit. Everybody get slapped, everybody get back. Fuck rap, God to the fire when there ain't no take backs. All my enemies gonna get that payback.
Not I depend on you. There's a lot of things gonna change out here.
Jeez. Salute to Icarus. Okay, let's get into the Smiley interview over here. Let me go look this up here. Let's set the SEO Crow Smiley interview. It's finally dropped. It's here. 2 hours, 29 minutes. Smiley on Drake, Toronto rap rivalries, and coping with devastating loss. Good title.
On a deeper level, though, how have you been mentally? Like, how's your mental health?
Fucking here and there, like actually, like not up and down.
They got a noise reduce that air conditioner, but I listen. I'm not gonna nitpick today. Salute to the chat, man. Make sure to hit that like button, man. We giving you content, and I'm not gonna play the whole interview, obviously, because it's 2 hours and change. There is a timestamp that I do want to get to that I actually got to see behind the scenes. But now that it's here, we can all react together. There's a timestamp in here. If we go through the stompity stomps, it should be somewhere around here. It should be somewhere in. We'll find it. Hold your corner and get your interviews. What? We'll find it. We'll get to that when it's time.
It's your boy Gotti. It's your boy Vegas.
Boy Junie.
And it's your favorite fucking everything, Empress Claire.
Cool. Special.
You know what? I think you don't need to train
Okay, we don't need to do all that. Let's get to the important parts. Canada Day, Bender. Smiley opens up about his mental health and weight loss. Let's hear that.
On a deeper level, though, how have you been mentally? Like, how's your mental health?
Fucking here and there, like actually, like not up and down, like, you know, like even to right now, it's just like, bro, I want to stop the bender. Like, you know, I want to just go back to my Monday motivation shit, you know, just work out and shit, just be like not drinking as much and shit, you know?
Well,
So, like,
I'm sorry that we got this 18.
no, fuck. You know? Like, it is what it is, man.
Because we did see that. You lost a lot of weight when you were doing the Monday motivation.
Yeah, fam, and then I gained more after. Just like, fuck. Jesus.
The American food, a lie? What was it?
It's just the drinking, not eating properly and shit. Like, you know, it's just.
So I was going to say, why'd you stop doing the workouts with Agent? Because I seen you on the stream. I'd be watching the streams, you know?
Fuck. After that, I was just keeping the routine sometimes. I don't know. Just fucking life got hard and shit. You know, like, actually, like, I don't know. When I first started my Monday motivation shit and I lost all the weight, I was in a proper routine, you know? And then Over the Top was bubbling at these times. And I left LA because like we're just moving around. So like I didn't know how to keep my routine and everything while still being on the roads, you know? So then that's when I started fucking up and not working out in other cities and just like fucking up, like, you know?
Yo, I heard a bar from Smiley the other day. I think he kind of got at the man them for the fat jokes. We're sorry, fam. I don't know if those are striking a nerve, fam. Like we didn't, like, bro. Let me see if I can find that quick. I was like, what? Is that for us? It wasn't like you guys is bitches. It wasn't one of them kind of bars type of shit. But it was like a little like something like, and I'm working on me, like, something like that. I forget what it is. What is it? Is it here?
I could never ever talk to you, never see me as shit. I'm a killer, my gun on the side of my skin like it's tattooed. Run up on me, it's a bad move. Bought a body last week, bought a body last night. Me and bro were flying hoes out to Cancun. I could never be ashamed of my last move. Life crazy right now, but it's okay. My brother.
No, it wasn't that. It was this.
Stop talking about cardio, bro, on the run. We
right there. That's it. That's the one. Right? Can I play it again?
Stop talking about cardio, bro, on the run. We fuck with Kawhi, we don't fuck with LeBron.
Stop talking about cardio, bros on the run. Right? I think that was a response to us, fam. Fam, we're not, man, just have jokes, fam. We love you, brother.
Really quick on that. Moving around after over the top drop, what was your favorite city that you visited?
Put the AC
I
on
like
him.
Vancouver, Calgary, freaking Calgary just because I had like a sick.
Nigga Smiley got that good hair. Look at that. Look at that. Nigga got that good hair. Could put in a ponytail and shit.
Moment there, like
what was the moment?
I was just like, yo, fam, those after the show, those just fans running in the street after a car like zombies, you know?
Yeah,
they're just, it was crazy. Actually, like literally, even Miami Rolling Loud, I performed there. That was a sick moment right there, you know?
Yeah,
that was sick. Yo, yesterday was so crazy. We went to this like Chinese restaurant, like fucking 5 a.m. or some shit, right? And it's just
the thing is with Smiley, he's very comfortable with these guys too, Toronto mans, right? He knows these guys. Obviously, he knows him through the We Love Hip Hop podcast, and he probably knows Vegas from time because Vegas has been out here recording a multitude of artists forever, right? So the comfort level that he has, and don't get it twisted, he has a lot of. Smiley's been great at doing interviews since the time we interviewed him, like 6 years ago or something like that. Now, he's really come out of his shell, so I fuck with it.
Funny, like when I'm out with my guys and shit, and they see like shit that's like, yo, fam, you can't just be doing anything. Like, I come out the car for 1 second, someone's driving their bike, Smiley, can I take a picture? They're like, fam, just go back in the whip. Like,
okay, so let me see if I can find some of the stuff that's like the clippable moments. Obviously, there's gonna be a lot in here. The hunger for Billboard. Let's get I want to hear some Drake shit. Okay, some
Drake.
Black of the Dawn influence. I'm glad they talked about that. Breaking down Gretzky and getting the Drake cosign. Let's hear that.
Genius breakdown of that song because I think it's
sorry to cut you. That's right after, no? That's right after Body, and then you do that, I believe.
Yeah. So for Gretzky times, holy, those are some. That's so long ago. Like, holy, yeah, those times was just like fucking. So basically, obviously, you guys know from Pelham and shit, our ends like Blanco's the one. Realistically, like
OG.
You know, and this shit, like we're look at him, he's the rapper and shit. So, you know, like we ended up fucking. He's like, yo, we need to do a song together, like, you know. And I'm like, facts, we do. And then we ended up just working on Gretzky, and we just sent it to him.
Gretzky,
you know,
Gretzky.
A crazy moment. Like even when we did our intro, like when intro came out, it was our first time like going like to every club. Like you see when Drake fucking posted that like he was in the pool singing intro.
Yeah.
That our run we had those times, just going club to clubs and shit, was sick for me to see like as all my older niggas and shit coming out to the club with us. And it's just like, we're the fucking guys, like, you know, like
guys are
like we're the fucking guys.
You know what's crazy about that song? You know that song's off. Like your bars are like a little to the left. Because remember, Glizzy called me to fix Austin Lee's. He's not to fix it, but shout out to Austin. That's my young boy. I taught him. That's my guy. That's my. Yo, that's my boy. But
told you this is why Vegas is an integral part of that show because he has the history.
But Glizzy called me and said, "Yo, Vegas, can you come and just like check to see if this tape is good? The extra edits, you know, you know what I'm saying? Because Oslin does his thing, but he's still, you know, he's still young at that point. Intro was the only song I didn't touch, but it was off a slight bit. But look at that, look at God.
Yeah,
look at God. I said, you know what? This one is still going in. Still, I'm not gonna touch this one. And that's the one. Like, yeah, it's God.
That was the first one I seen. My first crazy.
I'm gonna play
rap check.
I'm gonna play one more Drake clip, and you know what? Let him finish here. I'm gonna play one more Drake clip, and then we're gonna get to the Friday clip.
See, yo, the boy posted that shit. Fucking the next morning, waking up, seeing I still have my notifications on at these times, and that's why I first turned it off because it was too crazy. I'm like, holy! Before that, like, why do you stop your notifications on? Like, you know, I'm like, what? You guys don't have your notifications on?
Right? No.
And at that time, so I realized, at that point, you have to just turn off.
Fam, I'm not as quote unquote famous or popular as Smiley in the grand scheme of things. I turned off my notifications like 7 years ago, brother. That'll burn your phone out.
Like too much shit coming, you know?
At that time, were you looking at the infrastructure of the Toronto in general, like, yo, like I can start making money properly? Like all
right, let's get to another Drake part here. Let's see. Addressing summer 16. Professor Houdini. There was another Drake part over here that I saw. Drake, okay, right here. Drake's love, mannerisms, and bonding in the Bahamas.
Yo, not nothing really that I heard him say or anything. I just know, like, anytime it's just like I actually know realistically, there's nothing that I really know that's like, yo, the man,
because he, bro, like the way he, I don't know, like we see him with Budge, like even with Budge, like,
I feel like it's mannerisms.
Yeah,
like he picks up off of Smiley's mannerism. Oh,
okay, so yes, I think. But like he's like us too, like he talks like that. He talks like that too. So it's just like, you know, I just feel like he's a veteran. There's nothing really. He probably does the 1-2 things, but I don't.
Because like when I think, like again, when I think about the alleys of him bringing you up with the Bobby Altaf interview, you know what I'm saying? You should deal with my brother Smiley's, like, you know what I'm saying? You got linking that up. When Budge was coming out, he was like, and you crashed the bumper, and I crashed the bumper.
Yeah, I remember he was on the computer, like pulling it up, like
you know how many times you crashed the bumper, like. There's just certain things where it's just like, fam, like you just, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like
love is different, fam.
Yeah, like
love is real.
And we don't know the relationship obviously that he has with Baca, Roy, Division, the other people that are on the label or that have been on Division's been on that label. Or that's it.
They're gone now.
Oh, okay, well, whatever. Just imagine, but yeah, just in general, you just see something different when it comes to you, bro.
And he just knows, like, yo, he could trust me is one thing, and he knows that I come around.
Yeah, Division is so deaf now.
It's a high energy fucking good fucking moment. Like,
yeah.
Even to Bahamas, I heard like the whole Iceman shit before we're recording over there. He literally had our studio, like there was a big compound of a studio, and he had his studio there, and he let me and Baca record our shit in a separate studio there. You know, and I was just like, oh,
hold on, like, I'm gonna rewind this clip right here. Important clip. Yo, GTV, if any of y'all from the team is watching this right now or the replay, make sure that this is clipped. Clip this part right here. This is an important and put it on Twitter.
I could record our shit in a studio.
Don't even worry about the gram. This will go crazy on Twitter right now.
And he had his studio there, and he let me and Baca record our shit in a separate studio there. You know, and then I was just like, one night he's like, yo, pull up, like, you know, because every day he's just working. He doesn't fucking business about partying and shit, you know? And one day he's like, yo, then the studs, like, you know, like, I want to hear you guys are shit, you know? And then whatever we play, he's fucking with it. And like, that night was just legendary, like, you know, like, whenever, like, I pull out, it was just like high energy, you know?
Yeah.
These guys just go crazy.
Was there a song from the 3 that you heard earlier where you're like, whoa? I feel like you were around when Shebang was, for some shit reason, I feel like you were around when Shebang was.
I heard Rant to Atlanta too, and I'm like, fuck, that one's gonna be a fucking
I was
crazy
say, how do
thing.
you feel about them like squashing that? Because I was surprised when I seen Future on that bit. I was watching the episode. I said, Future?
Or did you know that Future was on that record before it dropped?
No, I didn't know till
he heard
just
the song.
like, yo, man, though, I got group time, 8 p.m. The boy wants everyone in the studio, video shoot or some shit. And like basically it's like a whole penthouse thing, like in a 360, and there's like yachts right there, right?
Sick.
It's like the studio's literally right in our backyard, right there. It's a big compound. So we go there and he just plays.
Yo, imagine recording in that environment, yo. That is insane what this man's describing. Like the freaking just the background and the freaking ocean and all. Like, yeah, let's go record some songs, fam. I'd be inspired as a motherfucker. I'll be coming with some better bars than Trey.
Shit, you know? And now we're like, holy. To me, I'm like, yeah, fuck. He had to do what he had to do, you know?
Yeah,
Like, you know?
Yeah. No, it's dope. It's dope.
And then fucking then once he played all that shit, he's just like, I'll play you guys more, but like there's no things in here, you know. So yeah.
I understand.
And that was like the other albums and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have another question.
All right. Okay. Let's find this part here. Is it still here? In the Smiley era, listen, debate, river collaboration, father feature. Come on, YouTube, hurry up. Let's get to it.
You know, Friday, you know, he put out a thing saying that Smiley's Hollywood, you know, he wants you to pop back up over there. Well, in your opinion, what's the biggest issue?
My thing, I hate those ones. Like, the thing is, these guys, the people you guys see me do interviews with, actually fucking reach out to me.
Hold on.
Too, right? They actually do those.
Let's play this properly. Let's do it properly. Rewind.
The thing is,
what's the biggest thing saying that Smiley's right now, you know?
You always got to listen to a little bit before.
One thing that we complain about in the city is the infrastructure, right? We feel like the infrastructure over here is like, it's mash up. It's not proper, whether it be artists being on the radio, artists touring, even content creators. A lot of times we complain a lot that we can't get guys like you, a Casper that's hot right now, you know? Friday, you know, he put out a thing saying that Smiley's Hollywood, you know, he wants you to pop back up over there. Well, in your opinion, what's the biggest issue?
My thing, I hate those ones. Like, the thing is, these guys, the people you guys see me do interviews with, actually fucking reach out to me too, right? They actually do those extra reaches out and come, like, you know.
You're not making videos.
Friday, you like, fam. When people sneak this, the boy, like, I'm a super biased nigga, fam. Fuck, I hate when people do that shit. I'm not gonna fuck with you if you fucking sneak this with my dog.
I respect it. You're OVO. Like, what the fuck you expect? Like, hold on, you think
and I still fuck with you. I'm gonna come to you to your interview, you know? We'll pull up. We'll chop it up and shit Friday, man.
Love that.
Yo, but as much as he sneaked this, Drake still comments on his posts. You know, he's
thank you, like, Vegas. Hold on.
But me,
Vegas. Thank you. Air horns for Vegas. W Vegas. Right? Let's break it down. Let's unpack this for a quick second. Because he's like, yo, Friday, you know, those ones there, he gets on the show. He says, what the fuck? Yo, you're not pulling up. I'm not an idiot. I'm not just like, yo, Smiley's just gonna like be in my friggin' DMs like, fam, when am I coming on the show? Like, I'm not expecting that. All right. If I want to give a proper breakdown, because I am the party that they're talking about, Friday Ricky Dread, Kofi Carmichael. The thing is, when I was asking him, this is around a little bit before the battle. I would say maybe, let's say a year before the battle, going into the battle. I was like back and forward with him. We'd organize an interview, and then like a few days before, I wouldn't hear from him, and then you get back to me, maybe a few weeks later and be like, yo, okay, big dog, let's get this shit popping. I'll say, okay, let's get this date on this time, cool. And then I'm waiting for a response back in not the DMs, in the text messages, because we have each other's phone number, right? No response for a few days. Man like me is not catching feelings because I know he's freaking jet setting all over the fucking place, living a crazy life. So if you don't respond to me in like a day, I'm not like, what the fuck? What the hell's wrong with this guy? You're dissing. No, you're blowing up. Duh, right? But after a while, I'm going to stop asking. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's like organized at a certain time, or we, and this has happened probably like 3-4 times, not the 2 times I just mentioned now, like 3-4 times where it's just like, okay, let's do this day. And then, I just never get a response on that day. Okay, you're back in the city. Okay, let's do blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sure, big dog, let's make it happen. Then no response. So now I stopped asking. Wasn't bitter about it. Wasn't out here like, yo, fuck Smiley. Still hasn't been, right? But I was just like, let me move on. We do news, documentaries, as you can see, that's getting ready to get published. Interviews. I just kept it moving. Then the battle happened between Kendrick Lamar and Drake, right? The great epic hip hop battle of all time. And obviously, I've had my different opinions on shit. I tried to keep it as objective as possible, which partially gets me into some of the problems that I get into when it comes to my opinions. But I just try to keep it objective. And I liked a lot of the things that Drake did, and some of the things that he did, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I had my rants about shit, about the lawsuit, about multiple things that I didn't like. And then the things that I did like, I liked. And in the end of the day, even with the whole consensus of the battle, yes, he lost the battle. Is he still the fucking guy? Is he 10 times more fucking relevant than Duke? Yes. Okay. Did he lose that battle back in 2024? Also, yes. So 2 things can be true. It doesn't mean I hate the boy. I fucking talk to him behind the scenes. This is what Vegas is about to mention right now. Let's get to it. Just want to give you guys just a little bit of context.
I see all the shit that people can do.
Drake still comments on his posts.
And I feel like Drake could do what he wants. But me, I see all the shit that people do. I just like any of my dogs, I see like niggas doing weird shit too. It's like,
yeah, it's uncalled for, unfortunately. Yeah, I understand.
But going back to infrastructure problem, what do you see for the city that you would like to make better? Like if there was something that you could improve.
I think that's it.
Whether it be radios,
the infrastructure thing. Let me just play a little bit more to hear what he's gonna say.
Whether it be even the artists making better music, making more girl songs, making songs that are more radio friendly. Like what is something that you would think?
How is it only that one artist for the past how many years just got signed other than you?
Yeah. I feel like it's like, fam, the more just marketing budget, realistically, like marketing budget could really take your song to the next level. Like
another clip.
Allocate the money in the right places, like,
Yeah.
Like good example for even the market took off organically, but then you see the label push was just a different level fucking push, I
seen a car commercial in there. it's a thing now. Like it's different.
And two, going back to the market,
once you have a song, they triple down and shit and just go crazy. They know how to really like put that shit everywhere.
What's your take on like, because with the market, what I always spoke about.
I want to hear about Over the Top actually, and then we'll get off of this interview. I have a few more things that I need to get into that are going to take a little bit of time. I want to hear about Over the Top. Let's find this. I want to hear what he told them about them, because he's spoken about Over the Top before, but did they even ask him about that?
What it is, he pushed that for a long period of time. He didn't just say, okay, I'm going to push it for like a month, a couple of weeks, and go on to a next song.
That's what he's very good at doing, like marketing his songs. Casper always knows us to.
Hold on. Over the Top. Is there anything? Okay. Let's go.
It's like between a two Mazda Over the Top. Over the Top's more of my style than a two Mazda.
Slower over the top.
Like the beat though is what I'm talking about. Like, you know, so fucking basically send it to me. I'm like, oh, this is hard. I could.
You know what? Let me address this comment. And it's not even a sidetrack. We Love Hip Hop Network says you're taking. He said, okay, let's just taking with a capital T content from people that you don't like. Just because I'm not a hater and I'm not taking their content, I'm reacting to their content, using it in a transformative way as I stop and add commentary to said content. So that in turn, sir, is not what you call taking. Just for your information.
Really spill some shit on this. So I pick a room in my house that has like the window view of the street, right? And I see it, it's snowing outside. And then I go lay down in the bed and I'm looking outside, it's just snowing. It's looking like that's the vibe, you know? And I'm like, fuck, let me just write some shit. And I won't lie, like my pen was like very in good hands at those times. Like I was writing a lot. So I'm like, yeah, you know, and I just did that shit right there. And I had already 8 songs.
He said his pen was already hot, so that was just an easy 16. I think he wrote like 32 bars.
Studio with, but I'm like, let me get one more in, like, you know.
Yeah.
So I like to go those type of studio sessions. I go at like 9 songs, and sometimes I like end up losing my voice.
No, yeah, I remember you losing your voice when you're younger. Yeah,
but that was also with like drinking too. But those ones, once you have 9 records that you have to cut in one night, you end up fucking up your shit, like, you know.
That's facts.
Salute to Icarus in the chat.
They're actually about the producer thing, and I don't think I'll ever get a chance to.
As far as the Smiley interview for ourselves, I'm gonna reach out to Smiley because it's not a matter of us not being able to get a Smiley interview. I literally haven't reached out to the man since 2024. So he said here in this same interview that he's down to pull up. So I'm gonna reach out and see if we can make it happen. All right. I'm not gonna promise anything, but at the same time, yeah. I'm not gonna hold my breath. But salute to Smiley. Okay, keep doing your thing, brother. And yeah, go check out this interview, available right now on GTV Network. I'm gonna move on here. I got a few more things I want to get into, actually. You know what? I'm gonna skip this Rexdale shooting stories. I'm not gonna go deep into the dirt today.
A building that has stood in.
But I want to talk about the Zanzibar real quick. Okay, and I'm gonna play a video corresponding to this. For the people who live outside of Toronto, the Zanzibar is a club, adult club, gentlemen's club in the middle of downtown Toronto, right there near like Yonge Street and like Dundas. Okay. Now, the crazy thing about this place, it's been there probably like, I didn't even know, since like the 1950s or some shit like that. And to be honest, bro, I think that they've been trying to get that shit off of Yonge Street for a long time. So recently there was a fire that happened in there and that has taken over pretty much most of the building. I'll play the video from the reports here.
In Toronto's downtown. A building that has stood in Toronto's downtown core for decades now is considered compromised as a massive blaze sweeps through the structure and forces fire crews to evacuate. Nick Westall joins us now. Now, Nick, what can you tell us about this fire?
Hi, Brianne. Yeah, this is definitely still a very active scene here on Yonge Street. There are a number of firefighters. We've seen them coming and going from the building. Toronto Hydro just showed up a short while ago. They are going to be working on disconnecting power here. And I'm going to step out of the way just so you can get a closer look at this scene. Of course, this is Zanzibar on Yonge. We're just north of Dundas Street and Sankofa Square. And as you can see here, there is a lot of debris out on the sidewalk. You can see broken windows all up and down this place here. And as I said, firefighters have been coming and going from inside this property ever since we've got here. Now, this fire broke out at around 6 a.m. And
this place is fucked up too. And look, up above here, because I have experience with this building, because I had a brethren, and salute to my brethren. I'm not going to name his name over here on the live stream, but they used to live in the apartments right here. There's a sick three-bedroom apartment, I think. You know what I'm saying? And like freaking, like, I'm talking about one bedroom is on one side of the apartment, and then you got to walk all the way around and to get to the other two bedrooms on the other side of the apartment. Beautiful shit. You know what I'm saying? And friggin' at the tape, bro, up here, all the girls would live over here. So when we're smoking on the back in the not patio, but like the staircase in the back, you would see girls from the friggin' Zanzibar out there smoking and stuff like that. But not the ones who were working, because they'd be downstairs. The ones upstairs over here, because like all of the Thai girls, like girls from Thailand and shit, would like, and I guess Russian chicks and stuff like that, they live right upstairs from the fucking Zanzibar. And then I guess just go downstairs to work. Crazy life.
It hit a 3-alarm level, and as soon as crews got here, they rushed in to try to check to make sure nobody was inside. Now, we did have a chance to speak with Divisional Commander John Davidson with Toronto Fire Services earlier today. Here's a bit more of what he said when it comes to what crews encountered after arriving.
Upon arrival, crews did experience heavy smoke and flames at the address. Crews then begin an offensive attack and search and rescue operations inside the premises. They did experience heavy flames on the second floor and the roof area. We do have a compromise of the building.
Okay, so again, as I mentioned, the roof here is compromised. It is something that engineers are going to be looking at throughout the day to see what extent of damage is existing at this property. Now, there are two good bits of news out of this. One, there were no reports of any injuries or anyone inside at the time of this fire, which is definitely good news. And
also another, not red flag, but yes, red flag. Nobody was inside at the time of the fire, so they knew to time this perfectly.
Also, firefighters, because they were able to respond so quickly, they say they were able to prevent it from going into the neighboring buildings, which, as you can imagine, along this stretch of Yonge Street, a lot of the buildings very close together. So this quickly could have gotten out of hand. Now, let's just talk about the building's history itself. It's as colorful as the gold cladding out front. It opened in 1949 as the Zanzibar Tavern, and
1949.
60 changed hands to new owners, and at that time they wanted to expand it into live entertainment. Fast forward the next couple decades, and it really took root as an adult entertainment venue here. And just to give you a sense of how elaborate this building is, at its peak there were waterbed seats inside, they had showers on stage, performers on swings. The stage itself was even hydraulic too. So this is an institution in the adult entertainment industry in Toronto for decades now. So in terms of what comes next for this building, nobody knows at this point. But also want to touch upon one other part of this building's history. During COVID, like so many other businesses in Toronto, it was shut down, obviously due to COVID restrictions. But In 2021, they actually operated a vaccine clinic for sex workers out of this building, and that is something.
Y'all remember that they were giving shots to the S workers over there at the Zanzi.
Again, as it was starting to get back up and running as a way to give back. So as we look forward for the rest of the day now, we're waiting an update from Toronto Fire. We also expect the Office of the Fire Marshal will likely be called in to help lead the investigation.
Yo, this guy who owns the weed shop next door, his shit almost got burnt down too. I'm gonna play another video from this. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I had some times in that place, and not even on some goon and shit. I've never used this place. You know, this is I'm years removed, so I feel like I'm okay to tell these stories. I've never been at like a strip club gooner. It's always been like a place of business. You feel what I'm saying? It's like you look, I see the club and I see dollar signs, and not because I was ever on some PI shit. Trust me. It was just on some, oh, look, there's a bunch of people that are here from out of town, so the customers could be my customers, and the people that are on the stage dancing around, whatever, they could be my customers too. And it was always a pretty easy freaking transition to get that happening, bro. So when places like this get burnt down, fam, I feel there's a little bit of my old school times, my young 20s, young times that have also disappeared. You know what I'm saying? The memories still live on, but like, damn, bro, they burnt down what would you call this? A landmark at this point. But I think it's foul play. The guy who owns this shit, a man by the name of Cooper, and this is the son of the original Cooper. He owns like mad parts of this of that area. Okay, let me pull up this one here. This is right here, Young Street, and how could I put this on a map here? Young and Elm Street. Can we see an image? So this is Elm Street. That's like one of the side streets. Let's go back over here. Zanzibar is historical, low key. Map mode. So here we are, Young, and this is Elm Street here. So the Zanzibar would be like right here. Okay. Now this street over here, Elm Street, there's like mad stuff on here. Can we see a better? Let's see one of these views. Okay. So look, like I told you, Zanzibar right here. And then Elm Street is right there. I'm showing you guys all of this because the guy who owns this also owns mad shit like down this street. He probably owns the freaking pizza. Is there a pizza at this corner anymore? Nope, not anymore. Elmwood Spa probably owns that too. Okay. But the stuff, there's like little restaurants and stuff. Yo, that's crazy. One, this is not going to survive Nikon's freaking camera store. Like, all right, 2026. But all of the stuff along this street here, he owns mad businesses along the street. None of these businesses, and I say all of that to say, none of these businesses are an adult club. Okay? And as far as you see the rest of the block over here, look at this. What does that look like over here? Huh? What is that? Construction. Oh, look at the crane. Ooh, cranes up. Big ass building. You see the building there? Look at that. Look at that. Nice. Right? So what? And salute to Steady Mobbin, aka Black Mob in the chart. So why the fuck would you want a titty bar? And that's one of the condos. Look at this one. Look at this one. Gang. This one's nice. It's nice. Woo. What do they call this? Concord Sky. Ole. But look at this old school relic looking 70s 1949 ass place with women with their breast out and their pussies every night, with gooner men walking in. There's also black guys. They don't even do pat down. They don't even have a freaking, get this fucking eyesore the fuck out of here. Right? It don't even look right on the block. I'm not even trying to diss. I'm not trying to say, yo, burn their shit down. They didn't deserve that. But if this nigga's been trying to hold on to this shit for so long, you know how many offers they probably gave this man? Like, yo, we'll give you this amount of millions. We'll give you this amount of 100 millions. He's like, nope, titties. Titties forever. Look at this building. This building, Basil Box. It's a fucking restaurant. That don't match this. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to freaking diss your business, brother. Like, I've patronized your business for a multitude of years in the past. Mind you, I didn't spend a lot of money in there, but I was there. It don't match. You know what else doesn't match? All of this shit. Look at this. Everything's closing down, bro. These niggas can't keep a business on Yonge Street. All of this shit, change up. Jubilee, Warehouse. I don't even think the Foot Locker. I walked past there not too long ago. I think the Foot Locker gone, Bridget. All right, this used to be the Levi's, where like me and Trey and all the guys used to hang out in front of back in the days, right? Now it's a Panera Bread. This is the crackhead 7-Eleven. This is gone soon. All right. You're out of here just now, buddy. But I say all of that to say, let's go down the block. All right. Oh my God, look at this. Gang, this is all in real time, right? Crackhead McDonald's. Shutdown. On his last legs. Shutdown. I bought sneakers from in here. I bought a pair of Converse. It's closed. Shut down. Yo, bare boards. This is, yo, I don't know and this is maybe helpful for the people who are outside of Toronto. Down the block. Let's go down the block. Dundas Square. Hello. This is like a big part of downtown. This is a, you know what I'm saying? Big business area, shopping. All right? Not until you get down the street. There ain't nothing left. I think they're just rebuilding this Foot Locker right now. Platinum World. Those were the days. But like, yeah, it's fucked up. A lot of these businesses can't now leasing. That's like the most popular word on Yonge Street. Now leasing. It's hard times, fam. But I say all that to say, we got condos to build. We ain't got time for titty bars. Let me play this video here.
Around 6 o'clock this morning, Toronto Fire Services responded to the report of heavy smoke in the area of 359 Yonge. Upon our arrival, crews were met with heavy flame, heavy smoke and heat at the Zanzibar Tavern. Fire was automatically escalated to a second alarm, and the incident commander made decisions that, to be very honest, saved the rest of this block. I've been upstairs. I've seen the damage. I want to begin by thanking the incredible work that was done by Toronto Fire Services last night.
Get past the glaze.
As they do.
Get past the glaze.
joining buildings from further damage. And because of that incredible work, again, I want to say thank you. I also want to thank our peers. From what I've just heard is substantive. And I have been in touch with the chief building official. Toronto Buildings will at some point take over and issue orders under the Building Code Act with respect to structural integrity and any other actions they deem appropriate. But the chief building official and I have been in touch. Happy to say there were no report of injuries, either to any occupants or to my firefighters.
Yo, they must not have any of them chicks living upstairs anymore, because like they could have bought up the freaking Thai girls that I told you used to live upstairs.
The investigation into the origin, cause, and circumstances has commenced with Toronto Fire Service investigation. Toronto Police are on scene to assist as required. But at this point, there is nothing to suggest it is suspicious. But again, we are in the early stages.
It's suspicious? Come on, brother.
And we will conduct our investigation as we do with every investigation in the city. It'll be systematic, it'll be scientific, and we will follow our normal process. So, again, a big thanks to my staff this morning.
All right. Hold on. There was one that I wanted to check out real quick. Real fucking quick. Because they spoke to the owner. Zanzibar fire. 2 days ago. I want to see the clip where they spoke to the owner. They fucked this shit up, brother. Hold on, let me go to CP24 because that's where I seen the
Shortly around 6 o'clock this morning, Toronto Fire Services responded to the...
That's where I seen the news story originally. Zanzibar. 3-alarm fire. This might be the story here. Footage shows the moment the blaze went down. Oh, shit. Let me see this. Oh, shit. I'm thinking I'm watching like the beginning of a video. This is actual real camera footage. I thought this was AI for a second. What the fuck? This is amazing. All right. Brass rail's still good to go. Yeah, it's still there for now. And that's way further down the street by Young and Bloor. But yeah, this is Zanzibar down here. This is a huge condo. Fuck. Yo, this is a perfect example. I'm glad I pulled up this video. This is what Toronto's gonna look like, fam. Look at how tall these buildings are, fam. This one, I can't even see the construction that I just showed you guys over here from the Google Maps. Like this shit over here that I just showed you guys, completely covered by this like huge monstrosity of a building. So you think that they're gonna let this stay here when they can build these? You're crazy. Look at this. You know where the guys got away? Back alley. I wonder if I could show you guys the back alley. Look where it's starting, fam. It's starting in the back alley. Oh my gosh. We might crack the fucking shit right here today. Let's go. Let's go take a, hold on. Let me turn back down the block. I feel like I'm walking out here. Fam, these are like my old stomping grounds. Just to get busy out here. Get that paper. We here. I used to drive down the back of this block. And this is where the opening of the Zanzibar would be. See this right here? Freaking junkies right here. Right here. Oh, fuck off. Let's go back over here. No, I'm on the wrong side of the fucking block. 1 second, gang. Okay, here we go. Let's go back down the block. Fuck off. Bring me back down here. Don't worry, gang. We'll get back into the alley. Okay, here we go. Back in the alley. I might have went a bit too far. Okay, right here. There it is. So this is where the apartment is, where I've told you guys about. So I used to be able to go up the stairs over here and then go into the door right here to go to my brethren's apartment. And then also it was the same door shared for the women who lived in the apartment above the Zanzibar. Zanzibar is right here. Okay. There used to be balcony parties up here during Caravana and other times in the summer. Like right here. Bands and everything. It was a time. A time was had. All right. So I used to drive down the block, stop right there. All right, here. Make my chop. Bam, bam, bam. And then keep driving out. And then I'm off of this. All right. So when I see something like this, that's crazy. It started in the back of the freaking of the spot. Okay, I just showed you the easiest getaway. All right, you're off of this right through the alley. All right, you're coming out here. Boom, this is Gerard Street. I'm going down this way. Look, look, look. Right down this way. I'm keeping going all the way down to the DVP. And I'm off this. Right after I get this done. Not me, but I'm just saying, the people who did it. All right, this is not no, oh shit, we left the stove on or some stupid shit like that. Like, nah, fam. This was like a diligently set fire. Try to take the whole fucking place out. That's crazy. All right, Peter Zanzibar, man. Unsafe building code.
Complete devastation on the roof of the Zanzibar Tavern after that massive fire engulfed the building early Sunday morning.
When I saw this flames coming up, I was horrified.
Mo Khan recalling the moment he arrived to the scene on Sunday morning to find flames coming from the Zanzibar Tavern and the roof of his building located just next door.
Wow.
It was really terrifying because when I ran from home, which one I don't live far away, and when I came here, I was first concerned about the people who were living on the third floor on Zanzibar. And when I came, they were running up.
Didn't I fucking just tell you guys? The people living on the third floor of the Zanzibar. I be speaking facts, fam.
Outside, and I said, thank you, God.
Khan allowing our City News camera on the roof of his location earlier in the day to capture the extensive damage to the adult entertainment club right next door.
Look at this shit. All of y'all gotta go. You can see how clean the buildings are right here, right next to what this used to be.
Fire crews spent hours battling the 3-alarm blaze after receiving a call about smoke coming from the building around 6 a.m. On Sunday, the City of Toronto issued an unsafe building order for the Zanzibar location. Now that order
unsafe building order. Of course, it's done, fam.
the owners get a professional engineer to analyze the structural stability and prevent any further collapse and secure the building. Similar requests were made of the neighboring properties. On the streets of Toronto, people on Yonge Street reacting to the fire.
It's actually shocking. Like, I was very shocked when I walked by yesterday.
It's been here since the 1960s, right? So we've joked around going, but we're never, like, we don't have any intention of actually going, so.
And as the building continues to be analyzed, there is no details just yet on a cause. And fire.
Okay, sorry, one more video, gang. I just need to find, I want to hear from the owner guy. I saw a video on him. I know it's on YouTube. Did they speak to Cooper? Zanzibar. I know in one of these reports they spoke to the owner, and then I was like, "Damn, that's how homie looks." I remember seeing his pops back in the days, but that nigga was like super old. This is it.
We've been speaking with people outside Zanzibar all day, and there's quite a bit of shock and even sadness by what's happened here.
This is the owner. This is the owner. This is the new Cooper or Cooper Jr. or Cooper the Third or whatever he is. Okay. Let me read this comment quick fast. Easy Factor says we got a Canada flag from the Jays game and took it on stage at the Zanzibar. RIP Chard, man. Yo, that's you guys probably had a time was had that night, right? Easy Factor. That sounds like a crazy night.
Something like this would happen. Clutching a few bags from inside his beloved business, Zanzibar, owner Alan Cooper is still trying to process what happened.
All my employees are devastated and I'm devastated.
It was at around 6 a.m. on Sunday when firefighters were called to the Yonge Street business next to TMU.
Upon our arrival, crews were met with heavy flame, heavy smoke, and heat.
Toronto Fire Chief Jim Jessup says there were no reports of injuries. No one went, but Jessup says nothing suspicious was found in the early hours.
I got a text this morning, 6 a.m., checked the cameras, saw that there was smoke.
This guy owns this shop right here.
Called in the hallway, hopped in my car, rushed over here. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Zane Jaffrey opened the cannabis shop next door 2 months ago. He tells me he's waiting to get inside, but heard there was water and smoke damage.
Hold on. For the Toronto men's in the chat, okay? And the gal them if you're all in there. What business used to be right here? Okay? What business used to be right here? There was actually two businesses that were right here, but we'll stick to one very important store that used to be right there. I'll give you guys a hint. This used to be able to walk downstairs in this area. So there used to be a staircase to go downstairs to the businesses over here. There was two businesses. There was one store here and another store here. What was the store when you walk down the stairs of this establishment right next to the Zanzibar? Real Toronto people know. Let me know. Not Sam's. Sam's down the street. Okay, Sam's more over this way. Right here, right next to the Zanzibar. It's crazy how they even built this up because literally there used to be stairs that you can go down and then you go into the store. Okay, you can see the glass of the store from right here. I'll give you guys a hint. It's an accessory that we add on after we add on the fly clothes. Okay, we get dripped down, and then you got to make sure that you have some of these so that you can have the perfect men's accessories. Let me know. Wow, we don't got no real Toronto people in the chat here, eh? I'm giving you guys one more chance. Well, Nellie's, not wave caps. It was Nellie's jewelry. Y'all remember Nellie's jewelry? Everybody used to go get their fronts over there. Wow. Am I that old of a motherfucker, or are you guys just not? You guys aren't on Yonge Street like that, fam. Man from the West End, East End, everywhere used to come down to Nelly's and get their jewels. Big salute to Neville, yo. Right? But yo, I think I got a few chains from Nelly's spot. Movie theater on the right side, no. Where was the movie? No. You're thinking maybe Richmond Street, unless I forgot about a movie theater. You used to have a friggin' Byways down the street, right? That downstairs from Byways is where they had the Biggie concert. But anyhow, I'm reminiscing.
2 months ago, he tells me he's waiting to get inside, but heard there was water and smoke damage.
We're really starting to pick up traction. I got a lot of people working here. They're going to be out of job for a while until we get this thing sorted out, and it's really heartbreaking.
As adult entertainment institutions go, Zanzibar is well known. The history is as colorful as the gold-clad front of the building.
Yeah, people come there for entertainment and to relieve their worries. So I like to think it's a happy place.
It opened in 1949 as Zanzibar Tavern. Cooper's parents bought it in 1960 and shifted it to live entertainment.
They called it the Sin Strip back in the 60s.
Inside Zanzibar at its peak, it incorporated theatrical and design elements like waterbed seats.
That's upstairs in the champagne room or the VIPs.
Its peak, it incorporated theatrical and design elements like waterbed seats, a hydraulic stage complete with showers, and performers on swings.
The business evolved.
They had to get rid of that shower shit. That shit is that's even before my time. I never walked into the damn Zanzibar and they had like shower stages. That just sounds unhygienic.
Over time, it's adult dancing. I think it's an essential industry.
During the pandemic, the business, like so many others, closed. But in 2021, this place became a community destination, offering COVID-19 vaccines to sex workers and others in the industry. So as Cooper remembers the past, he's trying to remain positive for the future.
We're going to reopen stronger.
Hold on. I'm going to play that part in a second. You hear what he said? He's trying to stay positive for the future. All right, bud. Just sell the shit, my nigga.
So as Cooper remembers the past, he's trying to remain positive for the future.
We're going to reopen stronger, bigger, and better.
So speaking
of... what he said? We're going to reopen stronger, bigger, better. The fucked up thing, for the amount of time that they're going to have to take even just to assess the damage, that's probably going to take a couple of months. Then they're going to have to do whatever type of evaluations for the city to... do whatever they need to do, all types of shit, right? And then at the end of the day, then they're going to have to start the rebuilding process. That might be like a year of whatever girls that had like a constant shift over there that had to go migrate to other clubs in the city. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that friggin' Brass Rail has had a heavy influx of new workers that have popped up in the spot since the Zanzibar shut down this week. You know what I'm saying? But it's not gonna like be like that for a short term. It might stay that way. And fuck around and we don't have no Brass Rail, or not we, because I don't go to these spots no more, but there's no Brass Rail down the road, then they're gonna be out of work over on Young. There'll be no strip clubs on Young Street. I think the plan is 0 strip clubs on Young Street. If you're trying to have a good city plan where everything looks nice and what would the word that I'm looking for? Like a very clean look. You know what I'm saying? Like hospital clean almost. Like that type of look, like that type of feeling where just everything, just the aesthetic is just everything is uniform and all of the businesses have nice glass and everything like that. Like we can't have not only gentrified, right? But like oh man, sterilized. That's the word I'm looking for. It has like a sterilized look. You know what I'm saying? Like everything just looks like it was just been washed down every single day. The windows of every single building have window cleaners that make sure that everything looks like even like the buildings downtown that people live in, that people live in. They're getting renovations so that not everybody has their own individual curtains and all that unique bullshit. Like, fuck all of that. We need everything to look robotic almost. So a strip club with a bunch of like colors and 70s looking shit, like, you better make the fucking front see-through if you're trying to open that shit again, Cooper. That's all I'm saying, brother, because like, we in 2026. Niggas ain't trying to see that shit now. Some weird looking freaking 1949 ass establishment when we're trying to have this sterilized look going on Yonge Street. Fuck out of here. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's what the city planners and the quote unquote powers that be are saying about you behind your back, brother. Or you probably already know this.
Several employees off camera, they tell me that they are concerned about what this will mean for their jobs in the weeks and months ahead. Now, when we chatted with Alan, he said that he has around 30 full-time employees and up to a couple hundred dancers that come in this facility. So there's a lot up in the air in terms of what this will mean for them. This is a story, of course, we'll keep following at citynews.ca.
Hold on, Shice. Yo, Blue Jay spinning. Yo, fuck all that city personality. Right? That's what the city planners are saying there in the office. Yo, fuck all that personality, all that unique shit. Oh, your store got pink paint on the bricks. Yo, get this nigga, get this guy out of here. What are you trying to be artistic and shit, nigga? Nah, bro, they got other plans. You guys keep all that unique shit at home, bro. You know what I'm saying? Why you trying to be different over there, bro? Go get you some Chat GPT and let's all uniform and be as one. A bunch of freaking slaves. All that unique shit. Anyhow, R.I.P. to Zanzibar. I got a quick thing that I just want to address before I move on to. I think I'm going to make my last story this. Actually, I got two more stories. Okay, two more. But one of them, these two stories is going to be Reddit is what's controlling AI. All right. And then last but not least, the bail reform is here. I'm not going to spend super long on the bail reform, but the Reddit controls AI. Very important to me. I think it's important to y'all too. Okay, but I will say this real quick. Let me get my screen good. I will say this real quick because I'm getting texts. I got this nigga on mute. So if you're watching, brother, I got you on mute. Okay, I went and looked. It's like, you better be apologizing to me and Frankie. Yeah, I apologize to Frankie Payne. If he felt that he should have been on that list. To be honest, he's there for honorable mentions for sure. Okay, Frankie Payne has been able to create a movement from the Southside Jane and Finch area, Brown Bricks movement, which helped to birth the movement that Doovie and all those guys benefit from now, and was one of the first, if not the first, rapper that was on TV from the Toronto rap scene with TBTBT, aka Too Bad to Be True. So that's a legend. All right. As far as the list is the list. In the end of the day, it's my opinion. Okay. As well as the opinions of the chat. I don't put the list, sit there in my house and just tweet and just put up the list. We sit here, I ask you guys, who do you think? And then we compile a list. Okay. Obviously, a lot of it is my opinion. Okay. But again, I will emphasize the word opinion. I got the clown emoji. That was cool. It was a little disrespectful, but it wasn't calling me F words that rhyme with maggot and pussies and all kind of goofs and all types of shit, and having diss songs written for me that you already put on your album that nobody listens to. So if you're looking for an apology, fuck no, I'm not apologizing to you, my nigga. Okay, I'll apologize to Frankie if he felt that he should have been on that list. I apologize. Okay, I'm not trying to diss. Okay, but because you're a man and you handle it the right way instead of going crazy on your Twitter and all that, unlike this fake nigga who's looking for an apology, that nigga will never get an apology. You have to strangle it out of my fucking body, bro. You're not getting an apology, bro. I'm not going to call you a goof or any of those things that you called me, but you're a fake nigga, bro. And fake niggas don't get apologies. I'm not going to address you again, nigga. You already got enough freaking quote unquote clout that you don't care about for the day, brother. All right, live with that and get 100, 200 views on your fucking old ass fucking unk-ass music. I didn't call it trash. I like unk music, but you don't even know how to push your shit.
You know.
So let's get to important news. I saw a video last night, and it actually really got it. It disturbed me a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie, because a lot of the stuff that we go on ChatGPT to go and look up, right, is like we think we're getting the information from the whole of the World Wide Web, and I guess for the most part we are. But what I watched from this video last night, courtesy of Moon, is a lot of the World Wide Web, because Reddit is such a huge website and so many people put their opinions on Reddit, post stuff on Reddit. A lot of those opinions that they filter through the ChatGPT to give us the answer that we're looking for, they're not coming from everywhere. A lot of that shit is just coming from Reddit. So let me show you all the video here. Let me stop talking. And
What
show
if
you all
I
the
told you that you're outsourcing your thoughts to a Reddit moderator that looks like this? Every time you ask ChatGPT a question, search with Google's AI, or let Gemini explain something without reading the source, there's a very good chance the answer has been influenced by Reddit. Not Wikipedia, not the news, but Reddit moderators, who account for more AI answers than Wikipedia and YouTube combined.
People are on Reddit talking about everything in a very natural, literally natural, like how do people speak? Versus like being in a book or a Wikipedia article. And then the coverage is like just the whole human experience.
That's why ChatGPT sounds like a god-tier Reddit mod.
Yeah, I think the language of LLMs is largely the language of Reddit. I mean, in the end, you know, I guess we're all Redditors now.
I guess we're all Redditors now. But that reveals what Reddit is really worth. Because when you look at the website itself, its insane value seems almost impossible to explain. There are a few ads scattered here and there, and that...
Hold on, sorry. I'm going to keep the video running after. Yeah, Salute to Moon. I want to make sure I credit the creator because this is a dope video. Salute to Moon.
That's about it. They don't sell you a product and they're not twisting your arm into buying a subscription. Somehow that's a company worth $30 billion with a 90% profit margin that big tech can only dream of. And once you realize why Spez built it and what his master plan always was, it dawns on you how Reddit has sacrificed everything. It's the same reason Sam Altman has an 8.7% stake in Reddit and why Silicon Valley's doomsday cult are investors. And the reason all becomes clear once you understand Reddit moderators. Because Reddit moderators are hated by everyone, so why do they even exist? Well, to slave away in their spare rooms and basements, shaping the truth for billions of AI users and enabling AI companies to take over the world with AGI. Which is an enormous problem once you realize that Reddit moderators truly believe they're the arbiters of global truth, who think they can control the flow of information that Redditors see. But really nobody's covering truly how much damage they are doing to the world, as they are literally being exploited as slave laborers in the AI race while rotting the entire foundation AI is built on. The tragic
for free
thing about those Reddit moderators isn't only their smelly, lazy, power-grabbing stereotype that amounts to absolutely nothing in the real world. It's that they're completely convinced they're part of this honorable management of an honorable company, a visionary steering the discourse. In reality, his entire kingdom is a page about sourdough or some niche anime show. His subjects are thousands of strangers who argue about which character would make the best fantasy girlfriend. And the full extent of his dominion over the earth is the ability to delete their comments and stop them getting remotely off topic. A job he takes very seriously when you see your legit questions mysteriously disappear because it didn't comply with a page of idiotic rules. You've probably experienced that yourself if you use Reddit. It feels like it should be just so open, welcoming, and easy to use, but it's actually not. It has an implicit usage code you have to be a hardcore Redditor to understand. It's easy for posts to get deleted, accounts to get banned, and random downvotes and negative comments. But here's the stroke of genius why the Reddit moderator is so incredibly valuable for the billionaires in control of the Reddit kingdom. In the process of fulfilling their obligations, the mods have built a highly structured, highly valuable, self-policing dataset that records practically everything humans have to talk about and debate online. They remove spam, enforce categories, tag posts, apply flares, lock threads, rank useful answers, and force millions of chaotic conversations into neat, searchable boxes. This is literally the last valuable human data on the planet. If it were an oil field, every superpower on the planet would be fighting.
Hear what he said? This is the most valuable human data on the planet.
Over it. Spez, the CEO, admitted himself that Reddit is already a full third of OpenAI's training set.
How much of the content do you think and the answers that come out of Gemini or Claude or ChatGPT, how much of that is Reddit?
A lot. We don't know for sure, and they don't tell us, but it's a lot. One data point I have is OpenAI's last public research paper, which I think was for GPT-2 or 3, said that Reddit was about a third of their training set.
Think about what that means when the entire history of the internet contributed to
a third
by millions of people across different eras, cultures, and languages isn't as useful to AI as one single centralized company. This video is sponsored by Cloaked and technical abilities powered spam call filtering. Of any pay this moderator a tool for part Spez worked out that was genuinely brilliant. You don't have to pay this moderator a tool for maintaining it. Give them an inch of power and self-worth and they'll do it free forever. For the most active moderators, the workload can consume 20 hours a week, work that would cost AI companies billions. Sure, some mods moderate 1 or 2 topics they truly enjoy in their spare time, but many more treat the job more like they're a foreman of a factory. But the problem is, this free system has come with a hidden cost, because the Reddit moderators cannot be trusted with a job they don't even know they have. Take this account known as Awkward the Turtle, a Reddit moderator who controlled over 2,500 subreddits, deciding who can post, what you see, and how you see it, steering thousands of conversations towards his own personal ideologies. In 2021, they repeatedly posted inflammatory anti-male comments such as ban all men, pinned them above ordinary users' comments, and even locked discussions with messages implying men were no longer allowed to reply. Then there's R Technology, one of the biggest communities on the entire site, and a default subreddit meaning over 5 million people were automatically subscribed to it. A handful of its moderators built a bot to bury any headline containing certain words. Those included NSA, Snowden, Bitcoin, net neutrality, Assange. Some of the most important stories of the decade disappeared before anyone could vote on them, all by a few volunteers that nobody elected. When our Wall Street bets exploded over GameStop, its top moderators got caught plotting a movie deal, then purged anyone who objected. Reddit actually had to remove them. Then there's Violent Acrez, the most powerful moderator on early Reddit, who built power running SA-themed subreddits like our Jailbait, which contains scandalous images of young women. When a journalist exposed him and doxed him, hundreds of subreddits banned that journalist's website in retaliation.
These are the guys who are running huge Reddits, like salute to Torontology, but like I'm talking Reddit pages that are 50 times bigger than Torontology Reddit.
And Reddit's leadership defended him.
Reddit encouraged and enabled this sort of behavior. I created probably 600 Reddits or subforums in the time I was on Reddit. I created a Reddit called R-Rape for jokes.
He did an infamous CNN interview which didn't work out for him at all, since he didn't have much to say about why he was doing this as a 40-year-old man. The hidden rules, biases, and creepy ideologies of these moderators would eventually be absorbed by AI and repeated as truths. Truths generation.
Right? So here's the hook. Okay, and I'm going to let it run from here for a little while after this, but I just wanted to add a little bit of commentary, obviously. Here's the hook. They've set up all of this information about these Reddit mods and the way that they're like drunk with power over just their jobs that they're literally doing for free on Reddit, aggregating information, making sure your posts get posted and your story, your comments get posted, all types of shit. Like they're drunk with power, with online power. These same guys, all of the same information that's getting posted through all of these pages are then in turn put into our Google AI searches or ChatGPT searches, and then whatever their opinions are fed back to us as truths.
Will now adopt and bring out in the real world. Hidden rules, biases, and creepy ideologies of these moderators would eventually be absorbed by AI and repeated as truths. Truths generations will now adopt and bring out in the real world after interacting with AI. Some of the consequences are already visible. When Google's answers went full AI, it had a run of famous blunders, like saying to use glue to stop cheese sliding off a pizza.
Oh my
Traced back
God.
to a joke a user called Smith had left on Reddit years earlier. It told someone else to
You see that shit? I'm sorry for stopping the video. Like, the Google AI gave the instructions to put glue to keep the cheese on a pizza. It's a fucking joke. But they spit it back like, yo, this is what you need to do. Huh? Yo, this is a super idiot thing.
This back to a joke a user called Smith had left on Reddit years earlier. It told someone else to eat a rock a day, lifted from a thread quoting The Onion. Google's head of search blamed forums, meaning Reddit. Google's AI is now forced to fess up to the error when you search for the evidence. These ones are easy to catch, but it's nearly impossible to trace the origin of everything AI tells you, and most will never bother. So the truth has become a mirage obscured by whatever the AI chooses to regurgitate. And manipulating Reddit is a really simple way to hack into the truth with way worse consequences than this. Like in November 2024, when a study conducted by the University of Zurich fooled every mod, who were unable to discern humans from AI. These researchers secretly unleashed 13 AI bots into Reddit's R Change My View, a subreddit in which most people try to change each other's minds. These bots never admitted they were AI, and most never noticed.
4 months, researchers from the University.
This is where it gets a little creepier, okay, gang? Oh shit, I didn't even realize I'm not on the screen. My bad. This is where it gets a little creepier, gang. The thing is with the chat, or not the chat, but the comment on some of these Reddit posts, it's one thing when there's a whole bunch of people that the mods are trying to control what they're saying, and you can't say this and you can say this, right? That's one thing. But that's with real people in the comments. Now, what if these comments that are starting to flood these Reddit pages and stuff like that are not even real people? And then they're starting to take this information from bots, AI bots, feed that all through the Reddit, flood the Reddit with all of this from AI bots, which in turn gets fed back to AI. So that when we look up something, this is the information that we're supposed to believe is coming from the AI generator. Pay attention.
University of Zurich ran a covert trial on Reddit to change my view, a subreddit with nearly 4 million members obsessed with the art of debate. Without permission, they unleashed AI-powered bots, posting over 1,700 comments disguised as humans.
It led multiple mods to fight with AI, losing various arguments as these bots were 6 times more persuasive than real humans. A glimpse into how AI is already influencing answers on the very platform it is being trained.
Hold up. 6 times more persuasive than humans.
On. Now we're getting somewhere and seeing how much hidden power Reddit holds, and the deeper you look, the more you find that Reddit is infested with trickery. Speaking of which, one thing that's not corrupted by bots or Reddit mods is our channel, a team of real writers writing real stories. So if there was one simple free thing you could do to help us out and keep this channel free and help us pay our writers, it would be to hit that subscribe button and to double check if you've hit it. It's the only thing I'll ever ask of you, and if you do it, I'll make sure every single week, every single year, we work to uncover information nobody else wants to talk. Some of the most effective adverts in the world don't really look like adverts at all. They're Reddit posts made by AI that sneak products or viewpoints into conversations in a deceptive practice called astroturfing. Jill Vesser, marketed as the ultimate AI companion for love and laughter, is a clear-cut example. Here's some of the things it says. Man, that's rough. I bounced around a ton of different AIs too, trying to find something that just clicked. Nothing really did until I found Jill Vesser. It's on another level. Lo, I get it, my Jill Vesser companion is so detailed. I swear I could commission a whole graphic novel just based on our chats. The customization is insane. Totally get it. For me, Jill Vesser really helped with that connection when I needed it most. It's surprisingly deep. Damn, that's emotional gut punch. You just gotta try Jill Vesser. It's wild how real it gets.
Oh my
like the smart ones already figured out. Finally, an AI that doesn't have a moral compass. And these are all written from different accounts by AI. Most people even reply without even noticing they aren't interacting with real people.
Most people reply without even knowing that they're not interacting with real fucking people. It's getting deep. Because you got to think about it. That's just on Reddit. What about YouTube? I know YouTube has a lot of YouTube has a strong AI system also that learns that knows how to identify when there's a lot of fake shit in the chat. You know, had a lot of back and forth with the YouTube support system when it comes to their AI systems being able to know what likes or dislikes are actually real or botted. But when you have such sophisticated AI bots in your chat, you can get an Instagram page. We're talking about Reddit, but you can get your Instagram page popping and have real comments in there. Your Twitter, your X page popping. You got real comments in there with people like having like real complex sentences and real like articulate arguments, but they're not fucking real. It's not like, oh, like remember like the old YouTube or the old comments that you'd see under somebody's Instagram post. That shit is fake. You know what I'm saying? I've told this story back in the days when I had like a fake 250,000 views. Now we got real ones. All right. When I was dropping my music back in the days, my trash ass music, I went and got one of those Indian people that in India to go and boost the video views on my page. All right. Music video was popping, had like 250,000 views in like 6 days. I thought I was the man. I didn't realize that I was at the time, this is like 2012. So I was still kind of fresh out of jail type shit. So I didn't know that the technology advanced that you can have like fake views and fake bots in the comments saying, ooh, me like song. And listen, these are comments that I remember the words verbatim because it's kind of scarred in my memory. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, oh, me love this song good to make love to. And I'm like talking about shooting people and selling drugs and all types of wild shit in the song. I'm like, song good to make love to. I kind of ignored it. I was like, maybe it's just somebody from another country, right? It has like a white person in the profile picture, but like they're just speaking bare broken English. I'm like, maybe they're in like Ukraine or something, right? I'm just trying to like rationalize to myself so I could live with this 240,000 views, just so I could feel like, yo, my music video actually did views. I say all that to say, if mans were to do that now, like any of these rappers, if they get one of those fake viewed videos, you can get like 1,000 comments in there to match your like 450,000 views. And the comments, we might go do an autopsy on that shit or an audit on that shit and go check and see, yo, what's up with the views, Crow? What's up with the comments? And then we go look and we're like, yeah, it looks good to me. And it's all fake. Just saying.
Just aimed at manipulating you. It's bait for the AI. Get enough people raving about something, and when a real person asks ChatGPT, it reports back that the internet loves it. Sam Altman even admitted that he couldn't tell whether the Reddit posts praising his own products were real. The bullshit advert eventually becomes the fact, and it's actually really easy to do, with one study by Cornell finding it takes just 13 words on Reddit to manipulate AI. Not to mention, in addition to all of this, Reddit also has a reputation for itself mysteriously shadow banning users, making it annoyingly hard to create new accounts, and it even tracks your device fingerprints. Next, think how powerful that is for states or political groups.
Whoa. They do what? Say that again.
Groups will really attract mysteriously shadow banning users, making it annoyingly hard to create new accounts, and it even tracks your device fingerprints. Next.
Huh? What? Yo, am I the only one who just heard that? Yo, I missed that last night. You know what I'm saying? I was like multitasking when I was watching the video. Yo, did you guys hear what this guy just said? Yo, say that again.
Making it annoyingly hard to create new accounts, and it even tracks your device fingerprints. Next.
My blood pressure is building, Styles. Even tracks your fingerprints.
Think how powerful that is for states or political groups, or really anyone with a viewpoint they wish to spread through forceful and manipulative tactics. There's already proof. Reddit once pulled 1,000 accounts tied to a Russian troll farm, and OpenAI caught operations in China, Russia, and Iran using ChatGPT to write Reddit posts. A PR company once boosted a client to the top of our politics by buying every upvote package on Fiverr for $35, then spammed 20,000 media contacts for a total spend of a mere $255, which converted into 6 million impressions. 13 words is all it takes to game something presented to billions of users. 13 words to promote a person or idea or policy. 13 words to nudge someone to do something they don't want to do. 13 words to twist and undermine the truth. This is the vast arena of manipulation that spares.
Pay attention, gang. All you need is 13 words to make all of those different things happen. Fucking rewind.
All it takes.
I told you, fam.
$55.
Yo, I sometimes these videos they sound like a little bit like very analytical and like, oh, you know, like just some. He had to make sure that this is real. This is not no fucking AI shit. Like it's a real video, real narrator, right? These videos bang, fam. These videos bang more than the shooting videos and these guys the police cam videos. This is what bangs.
Converted into 6 million impressions. 13 words is all it takes to game something
13
presented
words.
to billions of users. 13 words to promote a person or idea or policy. 13 words to nudge someone to do something they don't want to do. 13 words to twist and undermine the truth. This is the vast arena of manipulation that Spares has created. Reddit mods occasionally try to break this chain and challenge the CEOs with their own peasant revolts. And to their credit, some did actually succeed before Reddit went full tyranny mode. In 2015, Reddit abruptly fired Victoria Taylor, the
Dark
staff who
Dreams, what
ran its
up?
famous celebrity Ask Me Anythings. Over 1,000 of the biggest subreddits shut down overnight, blacking out huge stretches of the site until a change.org petition and 200,000 signatures forced the CEO, A.W.O.L, to resign.
Reddit trying to have more of a corporate role in this and finally deciding to axe Victoria Taylor, who was in charge of herding all of those cats, those people responsible for moderating those boards in Reddit. Those people, of course, had a lot of fans. And over the course of the weekend, they actually shut down dozens of the discussion groups going on in Reddit. And then this petition shows up with...
Yo, Dark Dreams and Nightmares, salute to you. Yo, old John Crow, facts, bro. Our phones are... Yo, bro, keep in mind, okay? There's this in the... Hold on, let me make my screen a little bit bigger. All right, we're going to get our tinfoil on today. There's 1, 2, 3 cameras on the back of this shit right now, plus the front camera. You think I got to turn this shit on for the shit to be working, bro? Come on, fam. I don't know. You think we understand all of the technology that's happening in the background in real time and all that and on this apparatus? It's like, bro, it's not even... Don't even try to wrap your head around it, fam. Just know that they're watching you. Just keep comfortable in that. So yes, when you're pining, they're putting in that stroke, you know what I'm saying? You're being filmed. There might be a corn being uploaded somewhere of you.
As you mentioned, over 150,000 people demanding that Powell be removed as CEO.
We have the right as American citizens to have this sort of free and open communication, to share what we think, what we feel, what we've created. This notion that we become a permission-asking society, that every time you do something, you have to ask permission. I mean, that's basically against the freedom culture we have here. That's the opposite of a free country.
For one moment, the peasants had toppled a ruler, but it didn't last long before Spez crushed them for good. When they dared to protest him, he sneered at them as Reddit's landed gentry, his own phrase for the unpaid workforce he's extracting money from. Modern Reddit is a completely different beast to what it was back then, and Spez had been busy sacrificing everything for its new class of ruling elites that are far more powerful than even him. It began with 3 people and a war over the internet's future that would eventually reach a shattering climax. Steve Huffman and Alexis built it in a dorm at university, but it's the 3rd founder who matters, and he's the one they'd rather you never thought about. Aaron Schwartz was a genuine prodigy. He helped invent the RSS feed at 14. He helped build Creative Commons, and he lived for one idea, that the internet should be a land of the free. You can see
this fucking guy helped create the RSS feed at 14. Bro, you know the RSS feed is the thing that like everybody uses to distribute their audios of not just podcasts but multiple audio contents worldwide, fam. You need an RSS feed. When you upload, if you don't have an RSS feed, it's just going to stay on the one site. So you need an RSS feed so that you can now add that to whatever other sites so that you can now have distribution worldwide or to multiple sites. That's some goated shit to have created.
Opened his eyes that he wanted to change the world for the better, which put him at war with Spez from the first day, because Spez believed the exact opposite. You can't trust him when he says stuff like this, where he's actually quoting Schwartz's legacy.
Even before this whole AI conversation started, the reason Reddit was so open is like we were born of the open internet. Like we believed before Reddit was a business, information wants to be free. And so that's just a part of our ethos. Maybe been forced to evolve on a new internet where the internet is less free.
And his actions say the opposite. Spez looked at a website full of people talking for free and saw a giant business opportunity. So there were two founders, one company with two completely different visions. And everything Reddit is today comes down to which one of them won. It started when Condé Nast bought Reddit in 2006, and Aaron Swartz couldn't stomach the corporate grindstone. He wrote in his own blog how the office made him so miserable he locked himself in a bathroom and cried. His whole account of the corporate takeover of Reddit is pretty heartbreaking. Condé Nast is an old-school media empire that owns hundreds of influential publications from around the world and still holds the biggest single stake in Reddit today, and through a special class of super voting shares, most of the control. Within a year, Schwartz's ideologies about a free and open internet no longer fit the mold, so he was pushed out. So he went and lived his belief instead. In 2011, he walked into a wiring closet in MIT, plugged in a laptop, and then started pulling down millions of locked away academic papers, trying to set them free exactly as he'd always sworn he would.
This guy went rogue.
World's entire scientific and cultural heritage is increasingly being digitized and locked up by a handful of private corporations. We need to take information wherever it is stored, make our copies, and share them with the world.
The company he took them from didn't even want to charge him, but the US government did. They attacked a 26-year-old with an insane list of felonies threatening decades in prison, 35 years in federal prison, alongside a $1 million fine, asset forfeiture, restitution, and supervised release. And then they refused.
The type of, see, man, they be worrying about, they sprayed up the block, I'm going to get life. They're trying to give this guy 35 years in prison and $1 million fine.
Every deal that didn't leave him a criminal for the rest of his life. In January 2013, cornered, Aaron Swartz hanged himself. By then, his ideologies were
What? The man hung himself? That's crazy. Middle school kid, don't worry about dark dreams and nightmares. That's the brethren over there. Let him spam the chat.
Open internet had taken hold, and his hacktivism meant he'd made some serious enemies of massive corporations and the government itself. But his death is even more horrific and unjust now that AI companies claimed all of that data and so much more for free, and have gotten away with every single bit of it. He got caught because he did it in his own home rather than hiding. With Aaron gone, Spez now had a clear path, and he understood how to grow Reddit into the monster it is today, while also dominating the Reddit moderators.
Whoa. So this nigga hung himself, and this guy took over, or got to really, really gain power. Interesting.
Millions of unpaid hours dressed up as power, stacking the most valuable pile of human writing on the internet. And Spez knew exactly the goldmine they'd all start looking for, and why it's categorically different from anything else.
Targeting will be different because we know all of your interests. Not just your, the interests you're willing to declare publicly on Facebook, but we know your dark secrets, we know everything, right? You would never go on social media and say, hey, I'm really struggling with this medical malady, or I'm struggling with addiction. You wouldn't do that. On Reddit, you can ask honest questions about what you're going through and get honest advice.
He's right. Look at all of these Reddit threads of people sharing their deepest, darkest secrets to the public domain, as if they're anonymous. And as a leader, his style played right into the hands of those he was about to sell this data to. In 2016, he went into Reddit's own database and secretly rewrote users' comments. He got caught, then admitted to it, and said he'd, quote, abused
This guy went into the Reddit post. This guy's the owner, fam. He's the CEO. This guy went in himself and... Say it again. Oh, this guy's editing people's posts. That's crazy.
Sell this data to. In 2016, he went into Reddit's own database and secretly rewrote users' comments. He got caught, then admitted to it, and said he'd, quote, abused my power. Then he did it to Aaron by trimming a dead founder off of the company's own history, hiding behind an argument about whether he was really counted as a co-founder. And then he orchestrated the final betrayal of his own subjects. When the data finally turned to gold and the AI lead suddenly came looking, he slammed the gate shut and the API disaster of 2023 happened. Reddit then announced introduced massive API pricing to prevent its data from being shared. This was Spez's move to lock down the oil field and price it up for the AI companies. The API pricing was so high that popular third-party apps like Apollo, Redditor's Fun, Sync, and Bacon Reader were forced to shut down, which really sucks because many mods depended on these. Not only that, but Reddit's astronomical pricing for APIs completely screwed people with disabilities, as certain APIs are used for connecting software to assistive tools like screen readers, voice controls, and text translators. Hundreds of users then went dark in protest, only for Reddit to fire back by just refusing to change its pricing, threatening and replacing protesting mods, and then forcing communities to reopen. Spez took to Reddit to explain the situation in this post. The top reply is from a researcher who worked with the same journalist who exposed violent egress. They point out that Reddit has been exploiting mods for decades and never bothered investing in them. They give the example of Facebook, which spends around $500 million a year on content moderation, while Reddit has co-opted the moderators for free. Ultimately, most of them missed the power trip, so they caved, returning to normalcy while others rode the protests until their inevitable ban.
What a bunch of fucking dummies. These Reddit mods, bro. Torontology, anybody from Toronto, I'm going to make a clip of this, obviously, for the Clips channel, right? Go subscribe to the Clips channel. But, like, these guys be on their modding, trying to just go crazy with their mod power for free. They're giving over $500 million a year to mod content moderators over at Facebook. They're giving creators money. Bro, I'm going to re-upload this whole live stream, even though I already got it playing on Twitter. I'm going to re-upload the whole live stream to Twitter. Y'all niggas is playing. Y'all is hustling backward, fam.
You've got to keep climbing past Spez and those he's willing to exploit until you finally reach the elites who own the Reddit kingdom. Aside from Condé Nast, the second...
Like, they're literally using your information to tell us what is supposed to be true when we use any of these AI systems that we're, like, now, quote-unquote, a little bit dependent on. So you guys maybe should start charging if you want to be modding a page for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Your job is way more important than whoever owns the page is trying to make you believe.
Is Tencent, the Chinese tech giant entangled with the Chinese state at around 11%. Third is Fidelity's Wall Street Fund. And fourth, with 8.7% of the whole company, is just Sam Altman. Sam Altman even ran Reddit himself as CEO for 8 days and sat on its board for 7 years. In that same investment round, Sam Altman was joined by Peter Thiel, then CEO for Palantir, and Mark Andreessen, who runs the largest AI fund on the planet. They've since...
Oh, shit. This guy right here?
CEO for Palantir.
Besides Peter Thiel. This guy. How much am I paying mods, fam? Yo, salute to Black Paints. I got one person who's over here like moderating the chat, but like I'm not really paying anybody for mods. Most of the time I'm over here regulating the chat myself. Black Paints, you out there, brother? Wrench Gang, you out there? Somebody get cute in the chat and starts going too crazy. I'll go in there and do it myself. I can multitask. Not to say I'll always be able to do that, but for now, when the chat's going crazy, I'm definitely gonna have to pay some mods. You know what I'm saying? I'll give them some money off of what I'm making from the streams and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's when the chat's flying. Like real people flying up and down the chat, not like some of these people that be out there streaming and you see a bunch of shit flying up and down the chat and they ain't real people, fam. But sorry, this guy right here, we watched the whole video on the podcast, or not a whole video, but a clip from a video I showed DJ Zara and DJ Natural about this guy here. He's the founder of I forgot which of the dating sites, but he went on to purchase Tinder, Bumble, all of the different ones that are out now. He owns all of them. This guy right here. Crazy. The fact that I found out that one man owns like all of the shit is insane in the first place. But this guy these guys are all working together.
Who runs the 7% of the whole company is just Sam Altman. Sam Altman even ran Reddit himself as CEO for 8 days and sat on its board for 7 years. In that same investment round, Sam Altman was joined by Peter Thiel, then CEO for Palantir, and Mark Andreessen, who runs the largest AI fund on the planet. They've since made AI deals with OpenAI and Google for $200 million combined, selling the data that they'd once committed to the open internet. On the exact same day, Reddit announced the Google partnership.
Oh my
It filed
God.
its paperwork to go public, telling investors that Reddit would be core to the next generation of AI. Reddit even advertised its data as structured and unique, marketing points created entirely by the mods and users.
This fucking loser right here, like this guy got aired out because he was going too crazy with his mod power. And he made videos like, Reddit, you owe us. Watch this weirdo.
So what does a syndicate that owns the surveillance state and are deeply invested in the AI ecosystem with a side order of Chinese big tech want to do with Reddit?
For free.
It's more than data. It's a vast, easily manipulated, living resource that will dictate the truth for generations to come. And the timing here is everything, as AI requires more and more data and only Reddit can provide it, since AI is killing the internet and leaving little else left. The second is just what's happened to AI. It has run out of food. Like the Ouroboros snake eating its own tail, it's consuming its own content.
Wow.
All of basically the cumulative sum of human knowledge has been exhausted in AI training. That happened basically last year.
So Reddit is fuel for the AI dystopia, and the mods are its instruments. Years of real human beings arguing, confessing, explaining, dated, sorted, cleaned by the mods, and still being fed by people every second. It is one of the last untainted wells of the exact substance the entire AI world is built on and cannot fake. And the Doomsday Syndicate is locked in. That is their motive. And it's so much bigger than money. If the whole world is about to stop thinking for itself and start asking one machine what's true, then the most valuable thing on earth isn't a bank or an oil field or an army. It's the lake of truth that we collectively drink from. Own that.
Bars. Say that again, Moon. That's a bar.
Oil field or machine what's true, then the most valuable thing on earth isn't a bank or an oil field or an army. It's the lake of truth that we collectively drink from. Own that, and you don't just get rich, you own the ground truth. You own the thing sitting upstream of everything a billion people will believe is real. It threatens the age-old theory of knowledge. What even is knowledge? How do we learn things? When is a belief safe or true? It all looks different when the Reddit mod is the arbiter of truth sold to tyrannical AI companies. Altman doesn't need Reddit's ads. He needs it to fuel the models he wants us all dependent on. Thiel doesn't want Reddit's revenue. He wants a piece of the raw material that makes you trust and believe.
Wow.
And the crazy thing is how easy it is to get millions of ordinary people to make something priceless for free, just by making them feel important and have a power trip, then cut it off and sell it back to them. Which then drops us all the way back down to the bottom of the Reddit castle. The moderators may be plowing the fields, the billionaires own them, and every time you ask AI what is true, you are the one drinking from them.
Yeah. So
Filtering a built-in VPN.
Basically, Reddit is the filter to be giving us all of the information when we look up things through the AI mode and all that. Friday, stay off Reddit. I know, right? Spam. When I go here under these Reddit streets, I don't really go to too many Reddits. I have a few Reddit pages, some that are NSFW, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But I go on Torontology, I go up on my own Reddit, the We Love Hip Hop Reddit, and I just try to find stories for Wagwan. I think these ones are untouched so far. There's not like a bunch of bots responding to each other. But at this point, who knows? When I see a post that has, let me see if I could, look at this, 34 comments in it. It's got 7 upvotes. Who's raising these people in Toronto? They are digitally panhandling. They'll do anything to get a job. This man is trying to finesse in a borrowing sub. They have borrowing subs. I don't even know what this post is about. I ignored it. But I say all that to say, I feel like everybody who I'm seeing here in the comments are real. They have the Toronto slang in their chats or in their comments and stuff like that. But the moment that it becomes partially AI, I'm not saying if, I'm saying the moment when it does, These guys are going to be there saying, yo, that's crazy. Yo, fam, this guy's cooked. Yo, brethren, the niggas, yo, the man is are tweaking. And you'll think that, yo, that's some youth from friggin' like Scarborough or from Jane and Finch. No, it's not. It's not. And it's not somebody from over in India controlling the chat and saying that, but they're just like living in Bangladesh somewhere. No, it's not. It's literally AI. Okay, AI that literally learned how to use your slang and how to get it and how to get into the chat and be deceptive to you, and you're arguing with them, right? That's why you're right. I need to stay off of Reddit because I've learned now over time to just like ignore people when they jump and be like, "Yo, Friday, you're old goof. Why don't you quit?" But once upon a time, I used to respond to them niggas. I used to get on Torontology Reddit. They used to get at me. I'd get back at them, say the most cruel shit that I could think of. Got put on timeout on a few times on the page. Now I don't got time for that, fam. My mental health is too important for me to freaking be arguing back and forth with Reddit people. But imagine I'm freaking arguing back and forth, calling this person, yo, because you're a goof. And I'm talking to a fucking bot. How stupid you're going to feel then. All right? So salute to anybody who's out here in these streets and these Reddit streets. Salute to the terminally onlines. Right? Just know that while you're out there terminally online, a big percentage of the shit that you're seeing right now in real time is not real. Okay? I'm going to do one more topic and then we could maybe do a conclusion here. I want to address the bail reform that happened. There was an update. There's cash bail that has now been set. They've changed a lot of the bail requirements. They're making it harder for people who get arrested to be able to touch road. If you're a repeat offender, now you might even be facing consecutive sentences rather than concurrent sentences. They've been doing a lot of changes. Dare I say, I don't want to say salute to Mark Carney because like fuck him too. But same way, like there's some changes that have happened. Okay, things that people are waiting for. I guess the conservative government to do. Okay, I need to get some water. I'm twisting my words, but I guess the liberals got to it first. But let's see what is going on over here.
Week in the provincial bail system requiring people set of rules take
quick fast. And I'm probably gonna have to cut this out of my segment. I just wanted to check something before I move on to this topic. Because I created a poll here. I wanted to see what you guys are using. What do you use most? Most people are using Google AI. Can I see this properly? Okay, here we go. ChatGPT, 20% of y'all are using ChatGPT, 40% of y'all are using Google AI, nobody's using Grok, and 40% of y'all are using neither. Okay, I fuck with it.
effect this week in the provincial bail.
All right, let's get to the beginning of this. Bail reform, let's go.
Set of rules take effect this week in the provincial bail system, requiring people accused of a crime and granted bail to provide a cash security deposit upon release. Joining us live now for a look at what this new system actually means and if the new bail regime will survive the constitutional challenge made on the same day it was enacted is criminal defense lawyer and former Crown attorney Michael Korestein. Michael, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us so early.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so let's go over this new system. It's already been countered or appealed by two organizations, the Canadian Civil Liberties Association and the Criminal Lawyers Association. Maybe just outline what exactly it is and how it's different than the system prior.
Let's go.
Thanks, Shepard. So under our current, or I guess former system, if somebody needed bail and they would call on a friend, family member, sometimes a coworker to come and bail them out, that coworker or family member or friend would go through a background check, including financial resources. There would be a promise to pay, and that was to enforce that they would supervise the accused person, ensure compliance with their conditions, and that they didn't reoffend. If that went wrong and there was a breach, a new arrest, or anything that wasn't in compliance, The surety, who is the person who bails someone out, could be held accountable through other court proceedings at the superior court known as estrangement. So the Crown would note the bail as a failure, send the surety to a hearing where they could plead their case down the road. It was significant because you didn't have to have liquid resources. You could pledge equity in your home. If you owned stocks, RSPs, that would all be valid, right? And so now that's a situation where you would, at least theoretically, on the province's new legislation, have to either have the money handy within 48 hours, which can be significant sums. I mean, up to millions of dollars if it's the Ryan Wedding case, okay? Or write a line of credit, take a loan, things like that with on short notice, and then you're paying interest on all of that. So you can see right away how it creates a bit of a two-tiered structure. People without the resources, sureties will be effectively stopped from coming forward, and people with the resources, the people that are well off, will have the ability to get out on bail, prepare for their trials, and have the right to a reasonable bail actually.
So this kind of works out for the gangsters, like the gangsters who are like really, really getting money in the street. Right? This is just the first like intrusive thought that when I'm hearing this right now, because like if the guys who really have to have money are gonna be the ones who benefit from this cash bail system, like fuck having a surety and having somebody who has this amount of money in their account for 3 months plus and having no criminal records and all that. Nah, fam, we need the cash, bro. Okay. We need you to put up 10% of the cash. Like, do you got it or not? Your bail's $1 million. You got $100,000? Yeah, I do. Give me 1 minute. Let me make a couple phone calls. Not me. I'm just saying some big time guys that's sitting in the jail. Like, they're like, you want me to go grab 100 grand right now? Like, do you give me 5 minutes? You feel me? So that's a W for them. For somebody who might be innocent in jail and they're down on their luck and their money is low, like, yeah, it kind of sucks for them, especially if they're innocent. If they're guilty, it's like so bad, so sad, broski. I'm sorry.
Means something.
Right. And I'm guessing that the key issues these organizations are pointing out, as well as you highlighted, is that this could lead to more people in jails. It also undermines the presumption of innocence for the person seeking bail. Is that correct? What other kind of flaws do you see with it?
Well, there's the right to reasonable bail in the justice system. And that traditionally, the Supreme Court has been very clear that cash bails are the exception, not the norm. The Ontario government, who, by the way, does not have jurisdiction over criminal law, it's maybe a separate topic for a separate day, but they have gone and made the exception the norm. So in effect, they want to get around the lack of enforcement in the current system, which is well within their control, by making this something that creates a much harder system for people to get out on bail and enforce the charter effectively. It's a constitutional issue.
When you look at both of these systems, the one the province has put forth and the existing one before, where it's mainly the surety, what do you see as the main issue? Why do you think the province has come up with this cash up front system? Is it because a lot of people, like repeat bail offenders, they're getting let out on bail and recommitting crimes? And is there any kind of repercussion for that?
Well, let's be fair. There is a valid concern that everyone shares. Defense lawyers, anyone in the community, Crown attorneys, police officers. We can't have a situation where police officers are being shot by people that are out on bail. You can't have people doing home invasions when we don't want them anyway, but let alone by people who are out on bail. It's valid that people would want change or enforcement and to not have to live with those issues. That being said, there was a culture of complacency that was allowed to exist and get to the point where under the current system, sureties don't always maybe it's not always enforced. When you make a promise, the Crown was not known to follow the escheatment of proceedings for a long time, at least when I worked there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of the times, and I've told this story on the last, I think even the last live stream, but happens with a lot of people. Yes, you breach your bail, which a lot of people do, and they don't actually go and collect the 10% from the surety. Okay? The surety might be like, holy shit, now they're going to come take the money out of my account. Nothing happens. Inmates find this out like, yo, for real, fam, they never took none of your money. And then they go reoffend because they're like, that's a soft thing. Okay, my surety never lost no money because I freaking breached my shit. Okay, no harm, no foul.
Wasn't something we did. So over time, I guess the word got out perhaps that people who didn't really have the money might be able to pledge, $20,000. That sounds good. And it might impress the court and maybe. So instead of, though, changing the culture around the enforcement and letting it be known that we were going to enforce the escheatment and that we were going to maybe run upfront financial checks. So we'll make a surety bring a bank statement or a mortgage statement to court prior to the bail, which will provide some reassurance that they do have the means to pledge, be far less onerous and not hold up the bail process.
Okay, very interesting stuff. I'm sure we're going to have more conversations.
Yeah, so we're Tuesday now, or we're going into Wednesday as we're finishing this live stream here. So I'm just making sure to show you all this video because these changes have already been in place. They started as of yesterday, as of Monday. So it's now cash bail. Get your money up, all you criminals out there. If you really want to continue to be out there breaking the law, I'm not saying don't do it. As somebody who used to break the law, do your thing. However, back when I was doing my thing, we were able to actually have a surety. So, now if you actually have the money to be able to bail yourself out, maybe that might be a plan of action that you need to make sure to do, offshore or, put some money in. I'm not trying to tell you guys how to do crime. So listen, YouTube, relax. But maybe put some money with somebody else aside for bail so they don't seize that person's money. And when you need the cash, if you get locked up, I need 10 racks right now. Go pull up and put 10 racks on so I can get out of jail and get back to work. Right? And if you're willing to get back to work and you breach and you got more money, then up it. But if you don't, I think you might want to think twice before you're like, let me jump off the porch and start get on a GTA mission, as they say. Okay. So like I said, I'm not going to spend too long on this. Salute to everybody out there doing their thing. I'm not out here trying to tell people how to live their life. Freaking me especially is not trying to tell people out there how to live their life. So salute to everybody out there on the grind. I think we could leave it there. I think we've learned enough today. I'm not going to go back over the whole thing that we went on earlier with, the mad rapper, Toronto's mad rapper. I'm not going to go over the whole Toronto's mad rapper thing. Salute to him. All right. All the best to you, brother. Hopefully your music takes you to places. And I'm not even talking shit. Hopefully your music takes you to places that you've never seen before, puts infinite money in your bank account, and is able to sustain you and the fam forever. And I mean that, okay? But don't come talking shit to me, all right? If you're going to be a fake nigga, stay a fake nigga and stay the fuck over there, all right? I think we could end that there. Tomorrow, we are going to be streaming the podcast live over on Kick and for the members over here on YouTube. So if you want to become a member, it's appreciated. And for anybody who's over there, go follow our Kick page. We Love Hip Hop on Kick. Or send us a sub and you get to watch the full podcast ad-free. Sometimes we fuck up. Sometimes we say shit we ain't supposed to say. Yo, gang, last episode, we recorded a whole segment where we're like, oh, this is a fucking old story. I had to chop it up and doctor it up for the actual episode that you guys got to see on Monday. But the raw podcast pause is over there on Kick, where you guys can see where we fucked up. Okay, so shit happens sometimes, but you get to see it on the kick when it does. So until then, we are off of this. Deuces.